name up in lights, he just wants to be heard. Whether it's the beat of the mic, he feels so unlike everybody else, alone. In spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him, but fuck him, he knows the code. It's not about...
Here is the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And Dusty, your fans welcome you back, man.
First of all, I would like to thank the many fans throughout this country that wrote cards and letters to Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, while I was down. Secondly, I want to thank Jim Crockett Promotions for waiting and taking the time, because I know how important it was. Starcade 85 it is to the wrestling fans, it is to Jim Crockett Promotions. And Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, with that weight, got what I wanted. Ric Flair, the world's heavyweight champion. I don't have to say a lot more about the way I feel about Ric Flair. No respect, no honor. There is no honor among thieves in the first place. He put hard times on Dusty Rhodes and his family. You don't know what hard times are, Daddy. Hard times are when the textile workers around this country are out of work and got 4 or 5 kids and can't pay their wages, can't buy their food. Hard times are when the auto workers are out of work and they tell them go home. And hard times are when a man has worked at a job 30 years. 30 years. They give him a watch, kick him in the butt, and say, hey, a computer took your place, Daddy. That's hard time. That's hard time. And Ric Flair, you put hard times on this country by taking Dusty Rhodes out. That's hard time. And we all had hard times together. I admit I don't look like the athlete of the day supposed to look. My belly's just a little big. My hand is just a little big. But brother, I am bad and they know I'm bad. And there were 2 bad people. One was John Wayne and he's dead, brother. And the other was right here. Nature Boy Ric Flair. The world's heavyweight title belongs to these people. I'm going to reach out right now. I want you at home to know my hand is touching your hand for this gathering of the biggest body of people in this country, in this universe, all over the world now. Reach it out, because the love that was given me, and this time I will repay you now, because I will be the next world's heavyweight champion on this hard time blues. Dusty Rhodes Tour 85 and Ric Flair, Nature Boy. Let me leave you with this. One way to hurt Ric Flair is to take what he cherishes more than anything in the world. That's the world's heavyweight title. I'm gonna take it. I've been there twice. This time when I take it, Daddy, I'm gonna take it for you. Let's gather for it. Don't let me down now, because I came back for you, for that man up there that died 10, 12 years ago and never got the opportunity to see a real world champion. And I'm proud of you, and thank God I have you. And I love you. Love you!
Hey peeps, we are live doing our 80s special. I've got a little bit confused by this. How are we all? We're on Twitter, as usual. I'm confused because we weren't live last week. We're on Twitter, SLTD Radio. Tweet us. Let us know your favourite 80s wrestler. Yeah. Yeah. We had a little... I think that, like, maybe... I'm going to throw it out there. I don't think it was I don't know if it was the greatest promo of the 80s, but it was probably the most famous promo of the 80s. The Hard Times, Dusty Rhodes promo we've just played there, because I just fucking love it, I'll be honest with you. Anyway, Adam, how are we, lad?
I'm alright, how are you?
I'm okay. George, how are we, lad?
Recovering from the weekend.
Nice, recovering, nice. Yeah, how are we? What have we been up to?
Thursday.
How long was your weekend? See how drunk I was on Saturday, believe me.
I'm assuming quite drunk. What's happening, Davey? Just seen you on the Twitter there to say you're home just in time. Davey, whoop whoop!
Davey, whoop whoop whoop!
Love that.
This is not the Three Stooges podcast, despite what you might think.
Sorry, yeah. Yeah, I can't. We're Musketeers. Can I be D'Artagnan?
You can be dog.
Okay. Yeah, what have you been up to? Why are you still recovering from the weekend, Sonny Jim?
Well, my dad won hospitality for a football match on Saturday, and there was a free bar which I made full use of, as you would expect.
Got to take advantage.
Took full advantage of it, yeah. I think they're going to rethink their policy about providing a complimentary bar, because I just wrecked the shit out of it.
Nice.
It was weird though, because they wouldn't sell you like double spirits, like they wouldn't sell you a double whiskey or a double vodka. So I was just getting 3 whiskies. But
I was going to say, yeah. It's get too
selling doubles.
Yeah, that's mad. There's a place where I used to go, and it was like they used to do quad bods, but they weren't allowed to do. They weren't allowed to do quadruple vodkas, so they did. They did triple vodkas and then a single.
Yeah,
because they just weren't allowed to put 4 in a glass. But yeah, there you go. Sam, that's not very nice, is it? Saying I'm always confused. Come on, say hello and then say I'm confused. You know what I mean?
Confused.com.
That's
based
not nice.
Upon Greg.
Based. What have you been up to? What? Sorry, George.
What are you confused about?
Because I didn't know where we were. I was trying to be all like professional, be like, you can tweet us on SLTD Radio, and then I totally forgot where we were because I'm a bit, I'm still an amateur at this. I was Krakow, lad, Poland. Where'd you go?
Krakow, went to Gdansk.
The Gdansk. It's in Poland though, isn't it?
It's in Poland, yeah.
Okay, right, okay. How was it? Because last time we went live because you were going.
Yeah, we went live and it was my fault because
yeah.
I was going away.
You were fucking off home.
It was good. Fucking cold, like.
Was it? Yeah.
Well, it was good. Felt kind of like Rocky when he was fighting Drago and he had to go to Russia.
Did you want to go to like Primark and buy like a great trackie and then rush some steps in there?
Yeah, I wanted to grab the biggest log I could and just run with it through the snow.
So just a stick then?
I just basically just
a big stick.
I actually bought a pencil.
Just a little Betty pencil, not a big one.
Couldn't snap the twig off, so I bought a pencil.
You bought a pencil. Is it right? So good.
Good, cold, but nice place.
How long was you there?
Cheap as chips.
What? You were there three nights? 2 nights?
3 nights I was there for.
3 nights.
It's good.
Sound is right. And like I have got what's happened?
Just Sam's just saying that she loves you.
Oh, I do not love you, Sam. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not even gonna rectify that. I'm just gonna leave it. I do not love you. I'm joking. I love you a little bit. No,
he's not joking. He's lying.
I'm not joking. I'm trying to be nice. Yeah, and the whole baby watch is getting to the end now, isn't it?
It is so good.
Like we've had baby watch for a bit, right? Well, we've had baby watch for 9 months to be fair, but yeah, it's like this month, isn't it? You've got like you're counting days now.
18 days till the due date.
Okay, I want everybody who's listening, whether they're listening live or listening like in future time, providing that the baby hasn't been born, obviously, I want them to lethal weapon this shit and will it to me, Riggs, for it to be born either tonight or not next Thursday, the Thursday after, because I want it not to be born, but like to go into labour. You know what I mean? To be like, I haven't got time to like pantomime because no one can see me. So
to be fair, I have just asked her when I reckon it's going to be the 1st of March. It's due on the 24th of February, but I reckon it's going to be the 1st of March.
Okay.
Just to upset me, March, it's her birthday.
Yeah. It will upset her.
But that's on a Saturday. But if she goes 10 days over and they induce her, that's a Thursday.
Oh, that's a Thursday! Oh!
So if she goes to the max,
that's sick.
Then it could be a Thursday.
I want it to.
It could be going live from.
Yeah.
Live from the women's in Liverpool.
Live from the women's in Liverpool. I've got this shit on my phone as well. I can take it. Let's do it. I've got the little deck now. We've got tunes and shit. It's sound. We can do it on my phone.
Apparently Sam won't be there too long. It's snowing again, so she's leaving the office. I thought she was in America or something. No?
Stay in the office. Get snowed in.
If it's snowing, then don't go out. But like, you're not in the UK. You're prepared for snow.
That is true.
It's only England that just goes, oh, there's a flake on the floor.
Sam, whereabouts are you in America? In the Americas? Whereabouts are you? Is it like proper deep snow? Like snow? Or is it like
knee deep? Or is it like faggy snow that we can't deal with?
Yeah. Is it like if a car goes on it turns into like this dirty mush? You know what I mean? That you slip on and look like a tit next to a bus? Or is it like 80 foot tall and you just like... bit snowing out there.
No, I discovered in Poland why we're so shit with snow and like other countries around.
Fags.
No, because when it snows and that, nobody over here thinks, I know, we'll get to work like 20 minutes earlier, get our snow spades out.
Snow spades?
Yeah, them shovelly things, or they call
Snow.
plows, there you go. Yeah, but they've got the big...
Snow spades?
Yeah, snow spades.
Okay, go on,
like
carry
the big massive shovels.
So.
Well, everyone who's got like a shop or anything, like, gets into work earlier, and like, snow plows, they all...
Does a bit of gritting and that?
Just like...
Gets the salt out.
The snow off the side of the road, off the, like, the footpaths and that.
Yeah.
But whereas we just walk over it till it turns to ice and then moan that we can't walk on it because it's...
Oh yeah, do you know what, that's true? Because actually, right, you see the odd house, right, I've noticed this, the odd house when it's snowing a lot, right, like...
We are talking about snow showing, yeah. We're not high though. Whoa.
I'm a little bit high. But because Sam, Sports Mama, is, she's not going to be long because it's snowing if anyone's just tuned in, we're just talking about snow for a minute, you know. Yeah, some people do, like, they sort out the gardens, and then they sort out the bit going in as well. So that little bit, so if everybody did that, there wouldn't be that much snow.
Well, yeah, but these don't you do that bit, they do like, down the path.
Do they, yeah.
Help out and that.
We're lazy. We're lazy bastards. Yeah. Proper lazy. Like, I wouldn't do it.
But George, you deal with snow.
That's true, you must deal with snow.
The funny thing is, there's actually been no snow here at all.
Ever?
No, well, no, not ever.
In your whole time that you've been alive, it's never snowed?
No, for the past 2 or 3 years, like, we had really bad snow up here, and then you turn on the news and there's been like half an inch of snow down in London, and the whole fucking country grinds to a standstill.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happens. Like,
just like, get a fucking grip of your life. Like, come on, there's 6 foot snow up here, and you fuckers can't even deal with half an inch. Come on.
Yeah,
seriously.
We can't. We're allergic to it or something.
We're not set up.
Sam's in Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay, Southern USA.
Apparently it's not supposed to snow there. Apparently that's like England, everything closes.
Wow, that's mad. That's okay. So you've got to go home early, so you're not snowed out.
Rather than snowed in.
Rather than snowed in. Snowed in, sound, but snowed out's like the worst thing ever. Imagine being snowed out of your house.
I'll tell you something, like, here's a story for you. I used to work for Tesco, right? And we would get complaints on the phone when it was snowing that people couldn't get their home deliveries. And they were like, well, we can't get out of the drive. And I said to this woman, like, so how do you expect us to get in? Like, just fly over with an airplane and just drop it randomly in the region and just have a free-for-all. Like, come on, use a bit of common sense, eh? I mean, fuck's sake. Some people are just stupid, man.
Some people ask you with...
Massive catapults.
That's why inbreeding is illegal.
Yeah, just one sprout at a time.
Well, like they are back in the day, where they used to fire big massive rocks in them. Because, you know, you've got to get a bit of distance, like ours aren't going to be over the road,
that makes sense, yeah.
Shopping bags, load them in. Where we going? GPS, boom.
What's the noise?
Snow day. I love snow day.
What's the noise?
That's the target system.
Alright, okay. Sounds a bit like this.
So anyway, how are you on?
Sorry, yeah. Yeah, I'm sound, yeah. I haven't got anything exciting to tell you. Like, yeah. I finally did that thing that you've been banging on about forever.
You had an age check.
Yeah. Yeah. Me and Barry Chuckle next to each other. And I listened to the Eminem album. My God, what a delightful album. If anybody hasn't listened to this, and if anybody listens to the show, and is like, Adam, seriously, get over it, you don't know him. Adam doesn't know him, but he's a fan. Alright. But I finally got round to sitting there and was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll throw it on the phone, have a little listen. Delightful hour long of musical delight.
Just a nice listen.
It is, yeah. If you don't like F-bombs, you shouldn't really listen to us. But if you don't like F-bombs, it's probably not the best thing to listen to, you know what I mean? But it is.
No slut, he throws a slut bomb in there all the time as well.
It's good, yeah. It's decent. It's it's amazing.
You don't call every woman a slut, except for Sarah, man. My bad, slut.
Well, yeah. So there's a tune on it, Legacy, that's just fantastic, that I even nearly put on the show. Just because I wanted to play it, really, but I think I've got enough music.
Speaking of Legacy,
yeah,
nothing to do with Legacy at all, just thought I'd say that bit.
Yeah.
What did you think of the opening, George?
Yeah, what did you think?
That was happening?
That was just for you, that, George?
I had no clue that was happening, but that's awesome. Anytime you hear Dusty Rhodes promo.
Good, innit? I said, right, I said...
hard times, it's good times when there's a Dusty Rhodes promo.
Yeah, man. But do you know what? I think, right, it's the only promo I know of that so many people have made reference to it. Like, these like little stupid, like I was watching, like I know everyone knows, but I watched like wrestling from like 1999, and there was a promo that the Big Boss Man cut to the Big Show. Fucking, he threw it in there. Fucking hard times. Know what I mean? It's mad. Thingy did it. AJ and Bully Ray. AJ said, Bully Ray said it. It's like, and that's only 2 times in the last like year that I've seen it. Like, but it was like 1985. There must be 1,000,001 times that someone said, "Gonna put the wrestling world on hard times." Know what I mean? So
I think that promo's older than you, isn't it?
yeah, it is. Yeah, it's that promo was like, well, it's only a few months older than me, but yeah, because I was born in '86. That was '85, wasn't it?
That was fucking depressing.
Isn't it? How old are you? 26, 27?
I was 43 when he first cut that promo.
Yeah, I was holding the camera. Yeah, what's going on? Nothing on.
Roads, baby.
Yeah. Do you know, like, thingy as well? And I think that it was a when was it? Mid-Atlantic Wrestling, wasn't it? Oh yeah, actually, I've got the date here. Mid-Atlantic Wrestling, October 29, 1985. There you go. That's when that was. But I think the Mid-Atlantic Wrestling, like, as feuds go, I think that one with Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair was probably one of the most famous as well. Like, that whole feud is like probably not like made the career, but you know what I mean. It's like, it's one of them that, like, it's up there, like,
It's supposed to be the greatest feud in wrestling.
yeah.
history.
A few people have said it's like the greatest like feud in wrestling history, which is.
Those people have clearly never seen Khali against the Big Show.
Oh yeah, remember that shit. Remember the Khali Batista, like 4 months worth of fucking going backwards and forwards with the world title.
Yeah.
What a time. Punjabi prisons and everything, lad. Oof. Tell you what.
And what music did Khali have?
He wasn't a Punjabi playboy, was he? He was like, "Habadai, Shabadai, Shabadai." The most racist you can ever get. Shabadai, Shabadai, Shabadai. Man.
That's what it is, though. It's not racist.
No, yeah, it's not.
It's being accurate, factually accurate.
You know what I mean?
Telling the truth isn't being racist.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Samantha said she will get snowed in her home so she can have lots of sex and food. Like, that's sex with food. Using food as like instruments and that. I don't know what she means there. Is it combined? It's not what we're here for.
Wait, did you just assume that she's using food as sex instruments? She said sex and food. She didn't say sex with food.
Well, you can't have sex and food at the same time.
Of course you can.
Get your goose on while you're eating the mackies.
Oh, what you got to do is you got to bend them over, right, and then just put the rifle on the back, and then. Know what
just
I mean?
Matt Bloody Cup. Don't move your head.
Yeah, know what I mean?
Jesus.
Where have you been?
I'm moving on from this.
Okay.
And Davey Whoop Whoop, which is now his new name.
Yeah, it's not Davey Ooh anymore. It's Davey Whoop Whoop.
If more wrestlers listen to Dusty Rhodes promos, then Raw might be more interesting now instead of shit.
And that wasn't just shit. That was shit! Exclamation mark.
That was exclamation mark. And
Yeah.
he didn't hashtag Raw in, so everybody seen it.
Yeah, there you go. Hashtag Raw then, I like that. Throw a little hashtag for Raw. There you go. Who doesn't love that shit?
Greg, some breaking news that I just saw.
Okay, go on.
I say breaking news, it was about an hour and a half ago. There's people at the darts dressed as the Power Rangers.
Love it. Fucking love the Power Rangers. Fucking love that shit. Even joking. I've got Netflix, right? No, that little thingy, that one, all that stuff. I've got Netflix and I watch Power Rangers on it all the time. Like, it gets to about 5 o'clock in the morning when I can't sleep, and I put Power Rangers on. It's amazing. I'm telling you.
You can't sleep through the age, Woody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sean said...
Why have I all of a sudden got AIDS? Fuck off now. Seriously.
I don't ask us, lad. We don't know why you've suddenly got it, dude.
Eating monkeys or shagging them, which one?
Choose your poison.
I was eating them.
Sean said, to get back to the 80s, $1 Million Man versus Dusty Rhodes was a great feud.
Just for this...
I'm going to throw that one at you.
Okay, this is just for Sean, because he asked me to do it.
Everybody's got a price.
You're only getting that because I don't really like it that much. So yeah, that's 15 seconds. That's the only 15 seconds that you'd ask for. Alright, so you're getting. Okay. Anyway, it's only Sean. He's a doorbell end, isn't he? Know what I mean? Loves it. Loves it, he does. Loves it. He's out. He is sound, to be fair. He's alright, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, what do you think? What did he say was a good feud? $1 Million Man and Dusty Rhodes?
Yeah. I'll be honest.
You're lost on that one, aren't you?
Bit past me most of this because I didn't really watch wrestling in the 80s as I only had...
Happy now going to the gym. You better be fucking listening to us while you're going to the gym, you cheeky bastard.
I happy and now going to the gym.
How racist is that?
I wasn't racist, I was like how he said it. I just gave him an accent, that's all I done there.
Okay, so...
Can't remember what I was saying though.
Whatever works for you, whatever works. Right, I've got a few little different things that I need to like go through. Because there's been a few mentions on our Facebook. In fact, while you're there, go on our Facebook. And then I won't have to do it on my phone, I don't have to do other things. Yeah, what do you know the feud he's talking about, George?
No.
See, that's what I'm thinking. I can't remember like a proper, like a mad
feud. Did you say DiBiase against who?
About Dusty Rhodes. What's he chatting lad?
I think Sean's been at those
weird, isn't it?
Herbal cigarettes again.
Yeah. See, you've googled it. What are you on about, Sean? You weird child.
Why? DiBiase promo on Dusty Rhodes.
I think he said that just to get you to play the music.
I'm coming to here.
1990. What are you on about, lad? Fucking hell.
Fucking 80s, bitch.
Sound. Anyway. So yeah, we were talking Dusty Rhodes and what's it called? Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair. And yeah, it was around the time because Ric Flair was in the Horseman, weren't he, at the time?
Mm-hmm.
I know that. And just put in my thingy and then go there. Do you know what I mean? No. You're terrible. There you go. SLTD. Yeah, we were talking about them two. Yeah, and I forgot where I was going now because you fucking lost me head. What were we talking about?
We were talking about Dusty Rhodes.
Oh yeah, Dusty Rhodes and thingy. And yeah, there was promos cut between the pair of them, and I think that's when Ric Flair kind of caught his stride with, not so much caught his stride, that's the wrong word, but like he had like a proper, like the promos were as good as the matches. Do you know what I mean?
He came across. Yeah,
like he knew he kind of fell into his character that he's been for fucking God knows how many years. I think that view kind of made it from like, I've been kind of looking around and stuff like that and like YouTube and bits and bobs and the promos that go back and forward between the pair of them. Proper good. Like you don't even need to see the matches. Like the promos like stand alone as like a feud on their own, if that makes sense. Which is mad, but it's proper. I think I would say they are probably one of the two best promo men. I would say. That have been around in the 80s, outside of maybe Roddy Piper, but I don't think he had really very much time. He didn't have really like a lot of mic time in the 80s, because he didn't start. When did Piper's Pit start? It wasn't in the 80s, was it?
Yeah, it was. Late 80s, I think. Yeah, like.
Oh, actually, yeah, it was, because wasn't he doing Piper's Pit before? He was Piper's Pit and then managing someone, weren't he?
Yep.
And he didn't wrestle for a while. He was around for a while before he got his like debut, especially in WWE, weren't he?
Yes.
Because he'd been around like a year or so, maybe longer. I would say. Have you found it on Facebook?
I don't know what I was finding. You just told me to go on Facebook.
Just go on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, I'm on it.
Yeah, and see if has anybody commented on us or on me. That's all I'm checking, because the same thing went up on both of us. Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's like as promos go, I think there's a reason why that one stands out. And I don't think it's like a lot of time especially in the 80s and stuff like that, is that it wasn't. I don't think it was scripted in any way, really. They had a sort of a way of going, but nobody ever sat them down and was like, "Hey, this is what you're gonna say." No scripts were given. Like it wasn't like that. It was like, if you can't do it, then you're gonna get nowhere. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Which I think is 80s wrestling. I think that's why I quite like 80s wrestling, like early 90s wrestling, where it was very like, it was sort of.
What you're looking for is real.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Like there wasn't any like, there was never rehearsals in a match. you know what I mean? Unless it was like a big spot that they were doing. It was like a big thing that they were, you know what I mean? Like, we've got a big finish. Obviously the finish is sorted, but like, there's something big happening in the middle of the match. So what we're going to do is, like, we'll do this and then I'll set you up for this. But outside of that, it was all done in the ring. And I don't think that happens anymore.
No.
Which is a shame. It's like that art of wrestling has kind of died.
It has, and I don't even want to talk about the current product, but it's just, you can tell by looking at the stuff from the 80s that it is real, it's authentic, it doesn't come across as, somebody's written this promo or they've rehearsed this match. It's genuine, but it feels genuine.
There's more passion there, I think.
Yeah, it's more like
when you watch the promos.
Yeah.
When obviously we found the Dusty Rhodes one before, and you watch the video to it.
Yeah.
And you see them like.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. What was interesting was that.
As all, if you like.
Yeah, was that you were
making a promo.
You were setting up like wires and shit and putting stuff through so we can like see the Twitter on the telly and stuff like that, which you'd always do. And halfway through the promo, you stopped and came round to watch it.
Well, yeah, I did.
Which speaks fucking volumes when you think about it. That like just even listening to it wasn't
good enough. Watching it, I was listening to it. And going, yeah, I'm watching it. I want to finish all this up.
Yeah, so like that says a lot. I know it's just one promo, but like what is it? What was it? 85. So it's 29 years old. Is that right?
Yeah.
29 years ago, and still it's relevant as well. Because how many times? I mean, in where I work now, it's like we've got all new machines and stuff like that. And he says it's like like hard times, and still 29 years later, people are going through hard times. Like, where I work has completely changed because machines have come in. You know what I mean? I know that's not really what he was saying, but like, it's sort of
still hard times now.
Yeah, it's still relevant to what he's saying. It's still like
it's not about real people and that, like, I suppose it wasn't spoiled by millions in the 80s though.
Yeah, maybe
money orientated, so the passion.
Oh, actually, just open that tweet a minute. You might have your wish here, George. Right, Sachs, as the real Sachs, Sackman dude, owner of BWP. Hi there. George asked about you before if you were listening, and I know you don't. I don't know if you usually listen, but you never usually tweet in. But if you're there, George has a question to ask. But what's your tweet? What's the matches still go down like that in British wrestling? See, yeah, that's the thing. That and now I've seen that, and that's what I was going to say. These certain wrestlers who can do it, and there's a lot of wrestlers who can't. Like I've been in the back of like a wrestling company.
Yeah.
I've been in the back in the changing room in BWP in other companies, and it's like some people are sitting there and they're like, we're having a match, yeah, how's it finishing, sound, and that's it. And other people are like standing in the corner doing the moves on each other, and it's like, it's not a bad thing. It's just the way they do it, and that's fine. And if that's how it works, then that's how it works. It's just it is a dying art, and it's a proper shame that you like. That's why I love wrestling it, because if you can be in tune and that athletically sound with somebody, to go into a ring and totally trust them and totally do what they're doing,
go on, crack on.
Yeah, is amazing. But yeah, right, George, what's your question to Sachs?
It is actually to do with the current product. Like, I'd like to know if Sachs, from like an owner of a promotions point of view, why would you purposely keep your most over superstar down? Like, why wouldn't you push them? I don't understand that. From like a business point of view.
I'm assuming you're talking about Daniel Bryan here.
I think that one was obvious, but yeah.
No, like I thought about it after obviously I saw the fallout of the Rumble and stuff, and I was like, quite like to ask Sachs what the story is with that. So, yeah, I don't understand it.
Yeah, so what's the deal, and like,
why do you do that? Why
yeah, would you do that as a promoter and as an owner of a wrestling company? If someone was as over as that, even a percentage of that over, really, then why would you not let the fans like embrace that kind of, you know what I mean? Yeah. So
I don't understand that, because if the fans want it, then when they get it, they're still going to pay money to see it. So I don't see, like, I genuinely don't understand, and that's not me just being a mark, and like, it's a genuine question. So
That's business-wise, it makes no sense as well as to
Yeah,
the
it's not
fans,
like
it
it's
makes
not
no
like
sense
I'm
either.
sitting in the crowd like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm
Yeah.
like, how is this good business kind of thing?
This is not best for business.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Right? They,
So if Sax feels free, he can let us know,
Come on,
please.
that's actually listening. It's cool.
while we await a possible answer of the real Sax, Davey said Dusty and Flair could sell a match to the fans. Can't think of anyone now who can do it anywhere near as good as they could.
Nope. But then you see, that's what the 80s, man. There's so many great promo guys, so many great athletes. The 80s is like the the Michael Cole word. It's vintage. Like it's just. I don't think it'll get any better than watching 80s wrestling.
I think it's one of them. Like, I think the thing about 80s wrestling is, I think it doesn't fall down a bit. That's the wrong thing. I think if you've watched like the current product, as you say, like if you watch the current product and then watch the 80s wrestling, it's like a world of difference, because it's like it's kind of real and gritty in the 80s, and now it's like a fucking pantomime. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing if that's what you watch and that's what you like that sound, because I still sit there and watch it. But if you watch an 80s wrestling match, like, the blood's a little bit more real, and like the punches look like they hurt a bit more, and it just everything looks like.
Because everyone's trying to sell something and trying to
Yeah,
get
but that's
involved
the
and
thing,
trying to
and
be
it's
the
like
best.
no one goes back.
Well,
Yeah.
as choreographed.
Everyone gets a few quid these days and then just goes, go on.
Yeah, maybe.
I'll throw
Yeah.
half a shift in. But either way,
Yeah. Maybe,
I've still got 50 mil in the bank there, so.
Yeah, so
Even though that's
to be fair, that's probably what it is. People in the 80s, you've hit the nail on the head, because people in the 80s probably wanted to wrestle. People now want to be famous. That's it.
Yeah.
Probably. Nobody in the 80s
exactly.
was like, I'm going to be this to be a superstar and be a household
Well, it
name.
wasn't that big in the 80s.
No, it wasn't,
was
that's what I mean.
Vince that changed.
Yeah,
it,
so it's like,
That's
it's
all.
just your
Like
territory.
mainstream.
Yeah, it was like just territories, weren't it? So it's like, if people know you in your territory, but if you go somewhere else, it's like, this guy. Do you know what I mean? So there wasn't any percentage of the money that it was now. Do you know what I mean? You can get pure money in there for doing nothing. JTG, he's been getting paid for 10 years or something. He's had like 6 matches in like 5 years or something. It's fucking ridiculous.
Crime time, motherfucker.
Yeah, but it is a fucking crime. He's got the fucking, you know what I mean? Jesus, he's still robbing. Anyway,
It's unbelievable.
sorry.
But like, even in the 80s, like they had, like there was something on the card for everybody. Like if you wanted a real match, like a gritty, like an authentic match, there was Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah.
You know, there was other guys. You know, you had Coco Beware was there for the entertainment value.
Yeah.
You know, guys like Hogan and Warrior that can't really do fuck all, but the crowd still like them because of these big colourful characters.
Yeah.
And now you've basically just got 3 or 4 guys, and that's it. Like there's no, everything's too much the same, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I do get
Like it doesn't mean anything. Like there's 2 or 3 things that will mean something, and the rest is just
filler.
Yeah.
No one's invested in the matches. It's just
No one's invested in the characters
That's
anymore.
what I mean. Yeah, like that's the thing. And everybody, you had a favourite character. It didn't matter where he was on the card. It's like, yeah, I love that guy, he's boss. Now it's like, everyone's just like I say all the time, and I'm not taking anything away from what he can do and stuff like that, but I've seen Kofi Kingston wrestle for like nearly 10 years, and I couldn't tell you anything about him except he's from Jamaica, and he's not. To be fair, it's like, that's it. There's no substance to his character. There never has been. He's just some dude.
Fall guy, him.
Yeah, he's just some dude who does his thing. But
like just before, I don't know when Sam's gonna leave us or whatnot. She's asked who was your favourite tag team feud in the 80s.
Okay.
I don't know if you need to be a feud or not, but who was your favourite tag team in the 80s?
Well, hang on. Give me a second. George, who's your favourite tag team from the 80s?
Probably the Horsemen, like Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. I think. I just thought they were tremendous.
Okay.
Just a hard hitting. Again, there's that word, real tag team. Like they just went in, kicked ass, took names, and then just went home. Like there was no fucking about. There was no. Playing up to the crowd. It was just going in, kicking ass, and leaving a trail of destruction behind them. So.
Well, Sax has answered your question.
Has he?
Yeah, but he's answered it on SLTD Wrestling, so Adam's going to do his thing.
Like he said, basically it's all down to timing. Brian doesn't need right now. He's more over than any current champ could be. So they're building others around Brian. And when he gets it, finally others around him will be at the standard to continue to put him over. Triple H also likes to tease fans, which we've fucking seen before.
Yeah.
That's just
And he
tips for
said,
you.
like Sachs has said that he feels this is to build WWE being bigger than the Attitude Era, the working angles and gimmicks like never before. And he thinks that, he said it's clever. Clever the way they're doing it. And
So as a promoter, you're not like...
I like that Davey Hughes written, like he said, that hasn't it got the WWE more attention than if they had put him over at the Rumble. Which I suppose it's got everybody talking about it. But I mean, it can't be good when you're in an arena and these 20,000 people booing at the end of the main event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's like my question's not based on the Rumble. Like I'm thinking
In
further
the
back, like
the grand scheme of it, it's been
yeah,
ages,
like because it's been almost like what 9 months now that he's been on this massive roll, and they just don't seem to want to pull the trigger. Like they'll go a little bit and then they'll pull back.
Since I started doing this show, it's been.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I think it has been since I started doing the show.
So
Brian's been on
Sachs,
the up.
as a promoter, would you
Do the same.
Yeah, would you do the same? Would you how can I put it? Not invest the right amount of time, because that's not really what I mean, but like, would you tease the fans to the point where they're like, what the fuck is this? Seriously? And then give them what they want because you know it'll pay off? Or
can you go too far with it?
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah. Or is
Like,
there a point where you're like,
much.
I've got to do this soon because they're getting pissed off?
So like, how long is too long? Like
Yeah.
Where eventually they do bring them in and they do push them up, and then everyone goes, well, fucking about time.
Yeah, and then they're just pissed off with it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then no one's shouting yes no more.
Yeah.
That's why I don't watch it anymore.
That's
like,
what I mean. I'm
so,
gonna use you as an example, and I know it's these fucking millions of people who watch it, and that's great. But
it can't just be George.
it's like it's already got one person like, well, fuck this, I'm not watching. So you can't be the only person. I know that it's like 5 million ratings. I get it, but like you can't be the only person who's pissed off to the point where they're just like, I can't be arsed with it no more.
See, this is the thing, right? People say that they're pissed off, but then they continue to watch. Like, so if you're that pissed off, judging by Facebook and Twitter over the last 2 or 3 weeks, why are they still watching it if they're that annoyed?
See, the thing, right...
I can tell you why, but I can only explain it as an Everton fan.
Go.
Because when you, like, Everton have been battling relegation up until, like, the Davy Moyes era, if you like, year in, year out.
Yeah.
No, it's not strictly battling relegation, but we were a goal difference away from going down one season, and you're sitting there watching it going, what the fuck is this shit? How come you can't get your act together? And then all of a sudden you're doing well and you just ride back onto it. It's fun. That's all it is. It's just the fun, and you're just keeping it going because you love it.
Yeah,
like
I
Greg
get
watched it since.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, I joke that like WrestleMania is like Christmas Day to me. Like, and I joke about it, but it's fucking true. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, it doesn't bother me what's I'm like lost in the fucking spectacle of it. I'll be honest, that's just the way it is, and I always will watch it. It doesn't matter how shit it gets, I will always watch it. But the thing that annoys me slightly is that people say they hate it, and people go on Twitter and Facebook and bash everybody and say the shit and say the characters are shit and do what they say, and they can go on and live tweet through Raw and SmackDown for 3 hours or 2 hours or a main event and piss all over everybody that's there. And the only reason they do it is because they won't retweet. And nobody retweets. Fucking hell, John Cena was sound there. Do you know what I mean? But they retweet, who the fuck's this guy coming down?
That's never happened.
You know what I mean? No, it's like...
I know.
Sachs got back to us again there.
Oh yeah, go on.
He said Bill Roberts, I hope I'm saying that right,
Dylan Roberts,
was over his foot for over 18 months at the BWP before he took the strap. Fans chant yes, yes, yes louder, the more WWE hold him back. Which, yeah, he's fucking spot on.
Yeah.
So, although you do have the whole of this, like, 90% of the stadium chanting yes, I think the Rumble probably on Raw, more like 98 to 100%.
Yeah.
And the whole stadium
So
chanting
yeah, I suppose. So you just gotta look. So as a promoter,
pushing the limit.
you're looking at it like, well, I'm gonna do that. It's just knowing when to fucking pull the trigger. Basically,
The
that's
more you
it.
want it, the more you keep it.
Yeah. So it's like.
So when does Sachs pull the trigger then? I mean, he might be, well, he obviously is more intelligent than those clowns that are running WWE, right? So,
Yeah.
so when's the right time to pull the trigger? Like, it's been 9 months already. Can they afford to wait another 9 before they pull the trigger at a pay-per-view that essentially means nothing? Like, there's only one pay-per-view that means anything anymore.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is not me being a prick. This is me.
No, I know. Yeah,
I genuinely want to understand.
Yeah, if you were gonna do it,
view.
the best time to do it would be now. Like, because
At your biggest show.
Yeah, it's being the Rumble. It's on the way to the biggest show.
I think you'd hold off another show.
But what's the next big show? What's the next big show that's worth doing it? The next big show is probably SummerSlam.
I think you just see what
WrestleMania 31.
You just see what the crowd react like.
Well, yeah, but I don't know, like
all the shows are sellouts, so it doesn't matter which show it is. There's still going to be a full crowd there, like chanting and doing the thing and that.
I get that, but it's like
to be a massive show.
The
Everybody still watches it.
Yeah, the difference between like, I mean, the talking viewership of WrestleMania to TLC. Do you know what I mean? Because I thought that was stupid, unifying the titles of TLC. It's like I
agree with you. Like, WrestleMania is the only show now that means anything.
Yeah.
Like, it just feels different. Every other pay-per-view just feels like another episode of Raw.
Yeah.
Like, just feels like Raw.
Yeah.
So, this is what I'm trying to understand. Like, so, okay, 9 months, you know, it's been slowly building, but there's going to come like a breaking point, and that's going to happen sooner rather than later, or the fans are just going to shit over every show until they get what they want. And the more they do it, the less WWE want to give it to Brian. So,
yeah, I get that. It's just it's a weird one. It's like,
but we'll see what they do.
If you're still there, Sam, bye. She's just messaged on Spreaker, say she's out at 9 minutes past, but it's like 12 minutes past. Oh, she's gutted if Sachs is here. Oh, that's devastating. She gold last week.
We should have done. We should have actually just got Sachs to phone and tell us.
I was going to say that if I would have known. Yeah. We'd probably talk about this a lot better if we weren't like, if we had a show like dedicated to what the fuck are WWE doing, then maybe.
But it's 80s week.
It's going to be hijacked. Sorry about that, folks. I just wanted to understand.
It's all the same, and I'm sure Zach didn't tune in to be pure like grilled with a Q&A. Sorry about that, dude.
Sorry, mate.
But yeah, it's one of them things, right? Like you I think you're right to go to somebody like Sachs because he's like BWP. What he's turned BWP into from what it was. Like, what it is now to what it was, even from when I started going there to what it is now, is, like, fucking insane. It's like, some of the things that they've got going, and, like, the way that they've grew, and them being, like, having shows and stuff like that, and then, like, going out of that, and being on, like, on YouTube, and having, like video segments, and having a Spreaker show themselves, and stuff like that. It's like, Sachs is probably the person to ask, he's on that way, but...
Like, the first... you know what I mean? Person that came into my mind was Sachs.
Well, yeah. So
he said that he's tweeted back in as well, Sachs, saying WWE, no, they have more airtime than the likes of Daniel Bryan. If Daniel Bryan won it No Way Out, for example, would that improve the stigma of that pay-per-view?
No.
So they save it. But, well, maybe, like you say, George, like, and Greg said, there's only one main pay-per-view, and that's WrestleMania. Well, maybe that's what they're trying to sort out. They're trying to fix that so it's not just the one pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, I get you. So they're getting big things to happen on like pay-per-views.
Yeah, so it's that, like you say about TLC.
Like everyone wanted. Like I know, I wasn't at the time. I wasn't really that arsed, but I was like, I'm getting that to watch that match.
Yeah, exactly.
See what happens.
So
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Over.
Yeah, actually, that never really occurred to me that they're trying to get. So they're trying to get the C pay-per-view that no one's really asked about to like a B pay-per-view where people are asked about it. It's never going to be like, you're never going to get a TLC or an Elimination Chamber as big as a WrestleMania or a Royal Rumble.
No, you're not, but you can get it like...
Because these fans who watch WrestleMania who don't watch wrestling all year.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? But you can try and get it close to and try and build the basis of your other pay-per-views up a little bit.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is, yeah.
And then maybe WrestleMania becomes even fucking better by doing that.
Yeah, because then
at the end
everyone
of the day,
steps the game up.
it's the end game, innit?
Yeah, that's true.
Thanks for that, Sax.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cheers, mate. Kind of
Pure thinking there. Oh, Jesus.
And Davey, whoop whoop, said, back to the 80s now. Are we?
Yeah, let's go back. Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, let's go back. Sorry, I kind of hijacked the show there. Sorry, lad.
Hulk Hogan was no doubt the biggest star of the 80s. Do you think he was passionate about wrestling or the Hulk Hogan brand?
Okay.
I think it's a good question.
Right, I'm thinking, right.
One of the George.
George has already gone. Oh, fuck. So, what are you thinking, George? Where's your head at?
Hulk Hogan was interested in Hulk Hogan. That's it.
Okay.
Do you reckon in the 80s he was?
Yes.
I know he is now.
Yeah, he is now.
Why
yeah.
wouldn't he be? He's like, I don't know, 75 or some shit.
Yeah.
And about to hit the death.
Banged about 12 times. He's going to be at WrestleMania, isn't he?
What in the crowd, I hope.
He's going to be... Apparently, he's coming back on the show after Elimination Chamber, because that's the show that the network launches. Like, it launches straight after. So, yeah.
Launches on our due date, by the way.
Does it, yeah? Seeing as though we're on the show and these people tweeting and that, and the people who are tweeting seem to be in the UK. What are your thoughts on the whole network? Would you get it? I'm fairly certain Sax is going to. In fact, I've already seen a Facebook, like Sax's Facebook saying he's going to make the kids watch all the shows. So that's, you know what I mean. Watching every pay-per-view from years ago. I don't know what it's going to charge, but
because it's $9.99 in the US, and like you said before, that I didn't know it was $60 for the fucking.
Do you know what's interesting though? Which I only worked out the other day. I don't know if anyone has.
Well,
but
$10 is cheap as fuck.
$10 is, and you're getting you're getting all massive, like a load of content that you wouldn't have got anyway. Like you're getting every pay-per-view.
You're getting the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, you're getting every pay-per-view of WWE, WCW, and ECW. But if you subscribe to it on like WrestleMania Day, you've got to subscribe for 6 months. So you're paying $60 either way. You can't have a 1 month subscription.
Maybe that's why they do, because like you said, some people only tune in.
So what I mean? So you've got to tune in you've got to buy it for 6 months. There's no way you can. There's not that's the smallest option to buy for 6 months. So either way, they're getting $60 out of you, no matter what.
Yeah, but then like you say, not only are you getting the pay.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, and you're going round, but like
for the month.
Yeah, if you're only half a fan,
it's not just for one night, is it? You're paying $60
I know that,
and getting it
but
for them.
If you're only half a fan, 6 months later, you're still going to be watching it.
You pay for it, maybe.
Well, maybe, yeah. But
and once you've already put your first payment down, and it becomes automatic out of your bank, how are you going to stop it?
Exactly, that's the thing. How many people are just going to be giving them a tenner without even knowing that they're giving them a tenner? Know what I mean?
Sax has said absolutely the boys are going to get educated from 1991 onwards. Homeschooling from now on.
Love it. That's sound. 91.
That's a lot of shows to watch.
Yeah, man. Are you just going to be like WWE, or are you going to show them like WCW and ECW and everything in between, Total Divas and that? You know what I mean? Or is it just WWF up until like...
You miss Total Divas?
I just know it's on there. Alright, Legends House, that's another show that's on there.
There you go, use that one as an example.
Monday Night War. I explained the Monday Night War to me the other day. It was proper funny. She's just like, I don't get it.
War is war.
Come on. Anyway, there you go. So, yeah, what do you think of, back to Davey's question, what's the Hogan, where do you think his head was at in the 80s?
Up his arse.
Nice, classy, I like it.
No, but like I said, Hogan's only ever been interested in Hogan, so he was the right steroid guy in the right place at the right time, so it could have been anybody that did that.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So many different people were charismatic enough to be able to do that. He was just the right man in the right place at the right time, and it was able to feed his own ego, which is something he's lived off for 30 years. So
he obviously got over better than anybody else as well, as he is Thunderlips. And it's like 1985 or something.
Yeah.
Rocky 2.
See, that's the thing. Like
Two.
Like Hogan was presented as a star, so that people believed it. Like that's what you have to do. You have to present different people as stars for the crowd to believe in them.
Yeah.
I mean, the work they did with Hogan, they didn't do anywhere near as much with Randy Savage. And Savage hadn't. Well, it was because Savage is my favourite of all time, but you know he was far better than. You know, he's not hated like Hogan was, or still is.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, I
Like,
get you. Yeah.
and that's because Hogan is kind of the blueprint, basically, isn't he? You just find a big guy that's fairly limited, charismatic enough, and that's it. Like, they don't do anything else with anyone else.
You've just explained your version of John Cena. No, he's a big guy. He's,
My version of who?
Do you have that guy you don't like talking about?
That guy with the shit t-shirts. Have you seen his new one, by the way? Holy fuck!
Yeah, it's terrible.
The back of it looks like a sign for a cheap strip club.
Yeah, it's not the best. Like, yeah, I don't. Right, okay. So, do you think Hogan had any idea that he would be quote unquote Hulk Hogan? You know what I mean? Like, did you ever think he thought, "Fuck me, I'm gonna be Hulk Hogan here"? Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think he was arrogant enough to believe that. Yes.
Do you think?
Yeah, but I don't think he really realised what was happening until he was in the middle of it.
That's probably really loud, by the way.
Sorry. But
When you were watching
it, like when you were watching Hogan when he was like in his younger days and that, what did you think of him?
Yeah, was there any point have you always hated
him
Hogan? Yeah, that's what we're kind of getting to the
But
groove of.
probably the only reason why I hate Hogan as much is because like the first pay-per-view I ever saw was WrestleMania 5, right? So Randy Savage came out first and I was like, fuck me, this guy's the man. You know, he had the colourful shades, the hat, the fringe on his trunks, the whole thing. Savage was just...
Yeah, man.
He was just it, like, for me. And then Hogan came out and I was like, who's this prick?
So basically, you were...
That's what it was. If Hogan had come out first, I'd be a Hogan fan.
You were basically drawn towards bright colours and...
Yes.
And someone
big
at. So you were a really... It's like, looking at it, you were a kind of homosexual child. Like, you like flamboyant colours and...
No, like...
I'm just saying, you've just said it, like cowboy hats, like, you know, fringe and that, that's a bit...
How do you venture from that into...
Dolly Parton, I'm just saying. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Like, even at the age that I first watched it, like, I was drawn to Savage more than I was drawn to Hogan. Like,
to be fair,
I can't explain it. Like,
yeah, I'll give you. I was drawn to Savage. First wrestling match I ever watched was a Randy Savage match, like ever. UK Rampage '92. I've had this conversation. Randy Savage versus Shawn Michaels for the Intercontinental title. I could pretty much tell, like move for move, what was going to happen without watching it. That's how many times I watched it. And the opening, actually no, I'm lying, because the match before that was Repo Man versus Tatanka, and I watched that and was like, fuck am I watching here? This Repo Man's boss. I was like, but yeah, I watched that, and then that was the match, like, the second match to watch. I was like, yeah, and Randy Savage came out, and I was just like, fuck me, this guy's the man, no way. Yeah. So, yeah, this could be something to do with me love of beards, I'll be honest. Randy Savage, because he had shit hair, and a massive beard, didn't he?
He had a boss hat, though.
He had a good hat, yeah. I always wanted the cowboy hat. So you know.
Got a sombrero there.
That's right.
A massive 4-foot sombrero.
So yeah, do you think like, anybody else who's listening, does anybody think that Hulk Hogan knew
is a cunt? Yes.
Knew he was gonna be Hulk Hogan, like
as big as he is or was in the 90s.
Because I would say, like, in fact, it's not me. I'm not gonna take this because I put a picture. I like retweeted a picture it had a picture of Hulk Hogan, picture of Stone Cold, and a picture of Daniel Bryan, and it was like, they've all done it, and he's next, kind of thing, to like, be the next big thing, and be like, the most amazing thing in wrestling, and everyone's talking about, blah, 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 all that bullshit, right, which is sound. But, one of my mates, who was only there for the one show, but I'm going to throw him out there, Sai, okay, Sai-Kyo, at Sai-Kyo, throw him a little follow on Twitter, he was like, really? Like, do you believe that? And I was like, well, yeah, because he's going to be the next big thing in wrestling. And he made quite a good point and was like, the thing about Hogan and the thing about Austin is that they transcended the wrestling world. Like, you didn't have to be a wrestling fan to know who Hulk Hogan was. You don't have to be a wrestling fan to know who Austin was. And I don't think anybody like that is going to come along in a long time. Like, say what you want about Hulk Hogan, but
everybody knew.
People were fans of Hulk Hogan without being fans of WWE. Do you know what I mean? Which you can't take that away from him. And the same with Austin. people knew Austin. People would be like smashing fucking beer cans together and drinking them and like fucking doing all sorts and never watching wrestling. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think that in itself shows that there was something there. That I don't care if you say he put time into him or he did this or he did that. It's just he had something that nobody else had. Really. Like, granted, he's milked the living fucking life out of it and there's nothing left of it and he shouldn't have done it and he's raped the wrestling world and all that bullshit. But it's true, man. He had something that nobody else did. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm all for someone coming at me. Probably George right now. But yeah, if you're on Twitter, throw us a little tweet. Do you agree? Disagree, George? Where are we going with this?
I'll be honest with you, mate, I kind of zoned out halfway through what you were saying. If it was about John Cena and if it's something I would disagree with...
I didn't even mention John Cena, that's the thing. But I would say maybe...
Just summarise it and then I'll tell you. Sorry.
Maybe John Cena is the next... Like, people know John Cena without watching wrestling. I would say.
What?
People know John Cena without watching wrestling.
I would strongly disagree.
I don't think they do.
I don't think to the point of like Austin and Hogan. I just mean like, you know what I mean?
I don't think he's at the same echelon there.
No, he's not.
Nice.
You put the Rock in there.
That's a terrific word.
Yeah, but the Rock is in there
Where
because
today that does. That's going on the bog roll, that one.
Because yeah, I'm just thinking like the Rock is probably, but not because of the WWE, because he's gone out and made fuck knows how many films.
Yeah, but
WWE first, then movies.
Everybody knew him when he first came into films, and he was the Rock, like on the front covers and that.
Yeah.
Everybody went the Rock. Oh yeah, he's a wrestler.
Yeah,
Nobody went the Rock. Who's he? And then all of a sudden he changes his name to Dwayne Johnson, and then you go, oh yeah, that's the Rock. It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. Yeah, that makes sense. So maybe the Rock is the next big thing, but I don't think there'll be another one.
But I don't think there has been one since.
No, I wouldn't say there's been one since Austin really, but
I think they've tried with Cena. Or not
they have, yeah.
Not they tried him, but obviously he's tried himself.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, he's just not as...
He's too cartoony. That's what it is.
He is a little bit, and like you said, runs like a Clayman.
I think, yeah, he does a bit.
Runs like Morph.
He does. Do you know, see when he runs, I mean, you know that game Temple Run? Like, see at the start when the boy comes charging out and it's taking him 5 and 6 and 7 different strides to get, that's what he reminds me of.
If he could ever make a Temple Run film, John Cena should be that guy. I'll be honest.
But just to see him getting killed by various obstacles, that would amuse me.
Alright, that's
just
not very
jumping into a spinning thing of spikes.
You're right, Sam. Like, yeah, we're not here to talk about John Cena. I'm just trying to like equate the two. Like everyone puts Hulk Hogan and John Cena in the same bracket. I'm just, that's what I'm going with here.
Comparison, though.
So what did you say?
It's a fair comparison.
Well, it is, yeah, and like only because you hate them on equal measures, really.
No, like not taking my feelings out of it is a fair comparison to make.
Yeah, I would think so. Like,
Hogan was so dominant. He's been so dominant. The appeal that they have to, their own specific markets, like people that don't have too many spare brain cells.
I think that's the thing, though.
He's made a lot of money. Fair play to him.
That's one of the things, is that we can sit here and bash Hogan, and we can sit here and bash Cena, and we can do it with anybody, to be fair, but especially them too. Like watching in the 80s or the 90s or now or like 10 years ago with Cena and stuff like that, their whole gimmick and their whole situation isn't geared towards 28-year-olds or 46-year-olds like you, George. He's not. It's not geared towards us. Like, John Cena isn't made for us. John Cena isn't meant to be that guy who's like, you're 30 and like you're meant to love him because life can be okay and you can fucking achieve your dreams, and that's not like that, okay?
Well, that's aimed at the kids. Like,
yeah, it's to the kids, and it's being like, and climb every mountain and be straight. Like don't cut corners, because in the end, the good guy wins like 1,000,001 times out of 1,000,002 times. Do you know what I mean? And that's fine, but
it's nonsense though.
I know it is, but that's what kids need, because they're fucking kids. Do you know what I mean? Don't need.
Well, I think it's about time that somebody served them up with a harsh dose of reality.
That's because you have no magnificence left in you. Every little bit of it's being ripped out of you. Do you know what I mean? You need like.
I'm filled with magnificence.
You're not. There's nothing left of you. There's no childhood wonder left inside you. Okay.
That's just piss and vinegar. That's.
Yeah, it's full of piss and vinegar. What are you doing, lad? What's going on?
Apologies if anybody's tweeted, but my Twitter's on the fritz for some reason.
Well, just go off it and go back on it.
I don't know, but.
Fucking annoying.
It's not letting me close tab or nothing.
Okay. I wonder why nobody had tweeted. It's probably no one's tweeted anyway, to be fair.
Tab is open. Tab is open.
I don't know. I haven't got the Twitter on my phone. Sorry. Right. Anyway, so yeah, I just think. I think that isn't like geared towards us, so we probably shouldn't like it. You know what I mean? I think the punk character of like we hate our job and we wanted to stick it to the man and we're not good with fucking authority and all stuff like that. A character like that and the 80s version of that, I don't really know. I wouldn't want to say it was Savage, or I'd probably say it was Piper. To be fair.
No.
Really, you would say it was Savage would be the sticking it to the man thing?
I've thought this, long before the idea of the show came up, I've thought that punk is this generation's Randy Savage.
Do you think? I'm not thinking. I'm just talking like Mike Skills and the gimmick that he is working. Let's say. I'm not saying anything else, but yeah, I would say it would be a Savage or. Yeah.
Or the Piper, yeah.
Yeah, only because of Piper's pit and Piper is that guy who fucking says and does what he wants. Yeah, he's just not asked. Do you know what I mean? Like,
he's his own man, and he doesn't care if people like it or not. And it's really difficult to compare eras, but
yeah,
I think the Hogan, Cena, and Savage Punk is fairly accurate, to be honest.
I've never really seen many. How can I put it? Not many Savage promos, but there's none that stand out as.
Well, he was off his tits on cocaine half the time. Come on.
Yeah, but you know.
It's a PG product, my friend.
I am a lot, and I speak sense. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not.
That's a matter of opinion.
Sure, I've just seen a tweet from my missus. I'm never touched it. But they that's the thing. It's like.
Okay,
it is hard to compare, but yeah, maybe I would say Punk is maybe a hybrid of Savage and Piper.
He's
I would say
Cyper.
Cyper. Yeah.
Trying to think of a funny name. That's the best we can call it.
Or he's not on at the minute because he's sitting on his couch.
Good for him, I say. If you're fucked off with your work and you don't want to go. You know, the rest of us get doctor's notes. He's just fucked off and went home because he's already got millions in the bank. So
this is true.
I say fair play. But to kind of go back and touch on what you said, how guys like John Cena and Hulk Hogan aren't aimed towards guys like us, that doesn't mean that our opinion should count less than the people that Hogan and Cena are aimed at. You know what I mean? So they shouldn't discriminate against us because we don't like Hogan or we don't like Cena.
Yeah, I get that, yeah.
See what I mean? Because it just makes you feel as if, well, my opinion
doesn't matter
fuck all. So what's the point?
Yeah, I get what I do get what you're saying. I really do, but it's like I don't know. It's hard to like.
That's why they hate top notch, because if you didn't like Hogan, there was so many other different options out there, like Savage, like Piper, like Dusty Rhodes, like Ric Flair. Now there's nobody.
Yeah.
Like there's Daniel Bryan or CM Punk or Samoa Joe. Like that's it. There's nobody else.
Yeah, there's no in the 80s there was time and effort putting into characters and gimmicks, and now there isn't.
Yeah, well, yeah. Someone tweeted in there, Andy Rush, saying Hogan appealed the most and gave good value entertainment 90% of the time to adults and kids, and never needed to put on a masterclass.
Okay, I get that. So
in the 80s, I'm assuming he means in the 80s.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Good value for money now.
Yeah, that. It's worth fuck all these days. Yeah, I get that, and I'm not taking away from anything that he did, but he's kind of he's one of the people who probably not the only one, but one of the main ones who's totally ruined is persona and the thing that he built. Like, he's a thing that you're only as good as your last match. And I think Hogan has proved that he's just, like, no one remembers the 80s Hogan. They only remember now, where he's like a fucking mess. Do you know what I mean? And he's making promos that don't make sense and shit. Like, it's a shame. But maybe that's why people like Savage, because he just bailed when he needed to bail and popped up when he wanted to. He weren't just there every week thinking he knew about the business, because he was there sometimes. Yep. Do you know what I mean? Like, he didn't power slam giants, but he weren't there telling people 30 years later.
He didn't need to.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's a weird one. What's Twitter saying anyway? Have you got back? You're back on?
I'm back on Twitter now.
Okay. Where did we go?
Davey said people will eventually know Daniel Bryan who don't watch WWE because of the yes chants. Your bird said we're being mean about John Cena. Show Cena love.
She does love John Cena.
Show Cena love. Cena wouldn't have made it in the 80s, maybe the early 90s with the dumbass cartoon characters. Another one from Dave. And he also said they discriminate against us because we love wrestling before sports entertainment.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I was going to say that before, that we're not watching a wrestling company anymore. We're watching a sports entertainment company.
But didn't Vince call it sports entertainment?
I know that, but even when was the last time it got mentioned as World Wrestling Entertainment? It's just WWE. It's not the wrestling isn't even there anymore. It's just WWE. WWE is just a brand name now. And that happened to gear towards wrestling. You know what I mean?
And that's a sad thing, a sad fact for wrestling fans like me.
It is, yeah.
You know what, though? Thank fuck for indie promotions. Like, seriously. That's where people need to go if they're as pissed off as they say they are.
Yeah.
You've got tons of local promotions out near you. Go and find one, sit, pay £10, £12, whatever it is. Sit down and just enjoy yourself for 3 hours.
How much is a ticket to the BWP Sacks? We'll find out how much it is.
Well, Sachs has said Hogan brought something new in the 80s. HBK and Bret Hart did it in the 90s. Austin in the 2000s. And DB and Punk. No?
Yeah. I love the way it's Austin in the 90s, like Austin and anyone. It didn't matter who was in the ring with.
I just loved it.
Yeah, Austin was like, I love that it's just Austin. That he just brought everything because it was just Austin. Know what I mean? That's boss. But yeah, that is true, and it is the way it is. Like, do you think so? If Cena couldn't have made it in the 80s, which I pretty much do believe in, do you think he may have done in the 90s? Do you think it would have been?
No.
Do you think Cena would have got Bret over? Bret would have got Cena over like he got Austin over. Like, I'm more talking to you here, George, because you don't know really what I'm talking about, because that's too.
No, but considering when Austin wasn't in the WWF, when Austin broke through and he was, like you said before, one of the blondies.
Yeah, when he was the Hollywood Blondes with Brian Pillman and that. Yeah, man. So do you think, George, that it would have? Do you know, like, I think Bret was the guy who not carried people, but if he seen potential in someone, he'd go to Vince and be like, I want to work with him. Exactly what he did with Austin, and look where he ended up. Do you think he would have done the same with Cena?
Probably, but to a lesser extent. Like, I don't think Austin was just waiting to explode. Like, I don't think Cena would have gotten over anywhere near the level of Steve Austin.
No, because I think you're right there, George. I think it's because Cena is made for PG.
See, I don't think.
Austin.
Now, this is going to surprise Greg quite severely. The rating of the TV show is no excuse for churning out shit. You can still tell a good story, whether it's PG, TV-14 or whatever the fuck it is. That's no excuse.
Yeah, I do believe that. Like, I would say, if you
TNA do it.
Yeah, if you don't like the PG thing, like, I understand. I understand what you're saying, because it's an easy way to say, well, it's PG, so it's shit. But I like a lot, not a lot, but like the start of the Attitude Era was PG, and the start of Cena on his like upward rise, it wasn't PG. It was only when he got to the top and he'd done his thing. I've seen matches with an I Quit match with JBL, which is possibly the bloodiest match I've ever seen with John Cena, and it worked out, and he was a rapper and he was doing a thing and he was going around smacking asses. So it's like, I don't think using the PG thing is good enough. And if you look at Punk and Cena, 2011 Money in the Bank, genius match when Punk was leaving,
or just any match that they've had.
Well, yeah, like, but that's a fair one to say that match was amazing. Like, no one knew what was going to happen, and that was right bang in the middle of PG. And it was just like, it's an amazing story. Like, you don't need blood and guts and tits and ass
Tell a good story.
to have a good wrestling match. And I totally stand by that.
I see what you mean. Like,
know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. Sax has said the shows are between £5 and £10. Check out BritanniaWrestling.co.uk for all prices and dates.
Shameless plug right there.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug from Sax. Right.
That man is a professional, you can tell.
We picked his brain, so we may as well let him throw a plug out. Do you know what I mean?
And,
definitely.
David whoop, whoop, said Brett could get Callie over.
Brett probably could get Callie over. I'll be honest.
Would push him over. It's got like one good leg or something.
Push it. I don't even think he's got that. Fucking hell. How he's on the fucking payroll as well, I don't understand.
It was hilarious when remember the time Brad lost his shit talking about Kali?
Yeah, remember that actually? That was quite funny. I want to find that show because it was. And he just went
on this massive
insane.
rant for about 10 minutes,
yeah.
Just pissing himself laughing about Kali.
Just over Callie.
Episode 0.
Callie and his crazy kisses and all that.
Yeah, man. Anyway, we haven't really fucking...
Steve Bradman, right there.
Steve Bradman. This has been like a random, like... So, not really stars of the 80s, but more like, let's compare 80s to now. And I'm thinking, 80s is fucking... Like, 80s is better, but, like, it's hard to get... It's a completely different product. It's hard to get it over.
It's changed that much.
Yeah.
There's so much variety and there's so many different options, mate.
I know.
That's what the thing is. Now you've got WWE. That's it. Like, TNA, they're kind of there, but that's about it. Like, there's nothing to get excited about, which is why it's really important. This is me doing a hard sell now. That people go and support independent promotions like BWP, like your local promotion, like mine, SWE. There's ICW. There's loads of promotions out there to go and get your fix of what you want. So do it. Buy tickets.
Yeah, there you go. There's a hard sell from George. It's right, to be fair. Even to the point of, if you can't go out, then I think you should. I think if you're a wrestling fan, or you think you're a wrestling fan, and you listen to this and you're like, yeah, I love wrestling, it's amazing, then go out your way to watch something that isn't TNA, that isn't WWE. Not that there's anything wrong with them, but you find out that these a world of difference. Even to like RWA, like even RWA is like proper wrestling based. I think it's like maybe the storylines aren't not even that they're not the best. They are what they are. Do you know what I mean? And that's it. But the wrestling is amazing. And then there's like these like Japanese wrestling and like is it A1 at the minute? That's getting quite big. And like Wrestling Noah, that's huge. And NWGP. Am I making up promotions here? IWGP.
You're just coming up with acronyms.
I'm right here, aren't I? These are thingies. There you go. Yeah. Thanks, George. Thanks for backing me up there.
Sorry, mate. Again. I was distracted by something that's just happened at the Daps. Sorry.
Okay, now.
What did you say?
Jesus, not on its sound. I'm saying that, like, even if you don't go to a show, then you should go to, like, you should check out, like, Japanese wrestling and like, Ring of Honor and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then I was given some
alternatives out there, man.
I was given
you just
some.
Have to do it.
Yeah, I was given some, like, promotions of Japanese wrestling, and you just give me nothing. I was like A1, and A1 is a Japanese thingy, isn't it?
Is it not a boy band?
No, it's not. Is it something one anyway? Anyway, yeah, I was watching it the other day. I'll be honest. Shut up, George. Alright, accusing me. And IWGP as well. Greg. Yeah, it's all good. Anyway, what's Twitter saying?
Saying that apparently Cali could have made it in the 80s, especially on ITV's World of Sport.
Special attraction, man.
Yeah,
that's what guys like Big Show and Cali are there for.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Do you think though, like, I don't think these look a Big Show like a special attraction.
Like the circus element.
You're fucking giant.
I know that, but they think him like he's an actual wrestler, like he can't. He's
treat him like a real person, George.
Just no, like it's not like, oh yeah, he's a giant, let's do this. It's not like that. You know what I mean? I'm just, you know.
Well, Cali is, because he can't even fucking speak properly. I don't know whether he can actually.
He can, just not in English. That's his downfall. He can't speak English.
That's what I meant by properly.
Yeah. English. Can't speak English, can't speak properly. That's the way it works.
Exactly. Do you think the Ultimate Warrior would have been bigger than Hogan in the 80s if he hadn't fucked everything up?
No. Sorry, Davey. No, I like the Ultimate Warrior.
He was pretty big anyway, the Ultimate Warrior, obviously.
Even though he did come down to the ring dressed like a girl's bike. But
He did dress like a girl's bike. Only thing he was missing was a fucking basket.
But yeah, I got tickled George there. He did come down looking like a girl's bike.
I'll give you that.
Look at a girl's bike and look at the Ultimate Warrior.
Girl's bike and just put a picture of the Ultimate Warrior on the front.
Like a girl's bike. But yeah, I'm shocked he got as far as he did, because I never really got onto it as a child, like watching them, because I probably didn't watch very much wrestling when I was a child. I probably just reenacted it on a cushion or some stupid shit like that, because that's the kind of person I am. But when Ultimate Warrior was around anyway, and I think after watching, I can't remember what DVD it was like the destruction of Ultimate Warrior, and like you watch some of his matches and that, and he was really not good in the ring, like really not, and it was bad, because I was like, no, I'm not watching this.
He just loved to jump off the top rope.
Yeah, like he wasn't really good at what he
From what I
did,
can remember,
but
anyway.
Mate, I don't know.
Just
What do you
most
think,
of the
George?
time,
Do you think he would have been bigger if he hadn't fucked out? But that could be with anybody though. Like, didn't Superfly Jimmy Snuka get fucked off from the WWE at the height of his, like, he was like the biggest thing going, and then he got fucked off because he was just high as fuck all the time, and he was proper blitzed and on coke all the time. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I kind of think Warrior achieved all he could. Like, I don't think there was any value in him coming back the first time. Like, remember he went away after SummerSlam or whatever it was.
yeah,
He came back again, and then he went away again, and then he came back again. Like, that first run he achieved all he had to achieve. So
yeah,
I don't think he could have gotten like any further.
yeah. I do agree with that. I'll be honest. It's
To be fair, he milked the shit out of what he had.
But
Let's
isn't
be honest.
he the only person who's been WWE and Intercontinental Champion at the same time? Was he one other person who's done that?
Yeah, I did it on WWE 2K14.
Oh, did you? Yeah. Oh, right, so.
Yeah.
Who would?
Do
John Cena.
you go on WWE 14 and play as John Cena and just lose purposely?
Yeah.
Just get him to the big match and then just put the pad down and
then just
let it
lose
crack
once
on.
you get his ass kicked. Oh, Sax has tweeted again.
He said British wrestling's 80% action and 20% gimmick. Americans are the opposite. We put more thought into the 20%. And to be fair, I've never really seen like any British wrestling.
We're going.
I'd love to go.
We're going to a BWP show.
But
If we don't go to a
I can-
BWP, we're going to Infinite Promotions.
But judging by the way Americans do like telly and stuff like that,
Yeah.
like I can see that being right. That they are.
That is true.
pure on the
Actually,
gimmick.
Sax, while you're here, I have wondered about this. Do you know, you've just said British wrestling's 80% action and 20% gimmick. Is that because it's like you don't get, but like these are a fair percentage of people who go to a British show but don't go to every show? So
The storylines aren't as
yeah, so
long.
yeah, so they don't like necessarily not follow the storyline, but like, because I know that even though like when we first started going, it only took a week or so to get what the storylines were, because it's like, especially in BWB, you do explain what's going on like really well. Like, so even if it's your first show or you've been watching it for 2 years for like every week, it doesn't matter. You do get the story of what's going on. But is that a thing that you do, that you sort of you go into it like, well, this could be a new fan who's never seen this before, so it's got to be about the wrestling. It's not about the gimmick and what they're trying to do and stuff like that.
About showing the professionalism and the athleticism sort of thing.
Yeah.
Rather than
Like you're not.
Stuff.
Like if you want to stay in and watch EastEnders, that's sound. But if you want to go out and watch wrestling, that's cool. Do you know what I mean?
Wrestling.
And the fact that like your local promotion doesn't run shows every week, like it's once every 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah. Unless
And
you
they make the
you're
shows seem like a
BWP,
bigger
because they
deal.
do it every week. I'll be honest. BWP are here all the time.
Sax has tweeted their Champions Ball 3rd of the 5th 2014 SLTD are welcome as our guests.
Sound. We're going.
That 3rd of May.
Right, so who's coming to pick me up then?
George, we'll go on a fucking rant for you, lad.
To be fair,
Actually, if I swim now, then I could probably get there for. When did you say the 5th of the 3rd or the 3rd of the 5th?
third of the fifth. Yeah, 3rd of the 5th. I'll be honest, we used to go, and this is like a little story that I'll tell you about going to BWP. I know it's not really about the show, but whatever. There was a time that we got sorted out like a lift to get there, and we got picked up by Sean, by the Hammer, and coolest guy in the world. Fucking love him. He's a beast, and he's like 7 foot tall, and he's like just one big muscle. He's massive, proper massive. And interesting fact, he's never actually been beat. And yeah, he got picked us up, and we were in the car going from like Liverpool to Wales, which was like an hour or so, just over an hour. The best hour ever. We just talked like proper wrestling, and it was like we talked about a British wrestling and a bit of WWE, and like, you know, when you're just picking a wrestler's brain. It was fucking amazing. Like, it was just fantastic to just sit off and have like time to sit with somebody who does that and just be like, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? And it was just boss. I know it doesn't mean anything, but shout out to the Hammer. Dude's a beast.
Sax has said talked about like they said they run their angles both long term and on a show to show basis, so the old and the new get it. And it's all about delivery.
Why it makes me sad that Sax isn't like got a TV chat, like a, you know what I mean? He hasn't got a TV deal on that. 'Cause he's fucking killing it, man. He's proper killing it. So like
that's just the next step, man. Keep
I know,
going the
yeah,
way he's going.
I know. That's what I'm thinking. There you
It's
go.
bound to happen. Bound to happen.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. There you go.
I'm just saying that so you'll come and pick me up. I'm joking, man. I'm joking.
Yeah.
Sax, who was your favourite wrestler of the 80s?
Yeah, who was your favourite? Who did? Actually, do you know what? Who was your favourite wrestler of the 80s, right? But who was what got you into wrestling? Like, what was it that happened that you were like, fuck me, this is for me?
He said that the Hammer needs to get his buff back home.
He does.
Official BWP.
Retweet that shit. Hammer's cool, man. Love that guy. Proper love him. Yeah, so what was... And if Davey's still listening as well, because this is who's tweeting us, and anyone else, if they want to randomly tweet us for the first time, that's fine. But
what about me?
What?
Can I tweet you?
Yeah, you can tweet George. You can just like say.
What was it? What was your favourite 80s wrestler, right? And if it was before the 80s that you got into wrestling, what was it that you were like, this is a bit of me? Because there must have been a point when Sax didn't watch wrestling, or was just a fan of wrestling, and he thought, fuck me, I'm going to make a promotion. Like,
I'm getting on this.
Yeah, this, from like watching it and sitting at home. Because it kind of happened with me, sitting at home watching it for years and then thinking, I want to do something to do with it. You know what I mean? And here we are. And here I am.
Exciting podcast like that.
Yeah, here I am. Killing myself. There you go. But yeah.
You're killing yourself.
Yeah, George is killing himself.
I've got a question for you two.
Yeah.
Who was your favourite champ? Doesn't matter what champion it was, by the way.
Okay.
Your favourite champion of the 80s?
George, who was your favourite champion of the 80s?
Luckily, when you can't think of an answer, you just go, George.
That's what I do. That's what a host does. I'm a good host. Alright? George. I know, because he's fucking watching the dark. That's why I'm asking him.
I'm watching the dark.
He's not fucking paying attention.
Yes, my favourite champion is Randy Savage. Okay. Whether it was IC champion, whether he was the WWE champion, Savage was it. It began and ended with Savage for me. Like,
is there anybody in the 80s that you thought should have been champion and wasn't?
Ricky Steamboat.
I was gonna say Ricky Steamboat or Piper. I was gonna say
Piper as well. You can make a case for Bulldog. There's so many. I mean, I can't even.
To be fair, that's going to be a show that we do. The our top 10 should have been world champs. Maybe not 10, maybe 5, because we do go off on tangents, as you've realised. As
I've seen by tonight, we've kind of fucking veered into pretty much everything. It's been like Nick Hogan's been driving this car tonight.
Oh, dude, that was wrong. That I laughed. I feel bad now. Shit, someone nearly died, man. Jesus. What's Zach saying?
Say, Big Daddy was the guy who got him into the business as a punter. His favourite in the 80s was Hogan, and he watched
World of Sport
from birth and WWE from 4. So since he was 4,
it's a long time ago.
Since he was from birth.
It's a long time. To be fair, I say it's a long time ago. He looks a lot younger since he's cut his hair. He used to have like bandana all the time. Cut his hair. Looks about 10 years younger. You even joking?
Maybe that's where Punk's gone, you know, spend some time with his old fella.
Said that. He hates it. Sax proper hates the fact that I say he looks like Punk's half fella. And then when he cut his hair and put it on Facebook, I was like, look like Punk's big brother. He proper hates it, buddy.
And he's
I've enjoyed the show tonight, it's been good.
I have, yeah. It's been good.
I'm not being stupid either, that obviously does mean Jake the Snake, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's his Twitter. That's Jake the Snake's
that's
Twitter.
Jake the Snake's Twitter, I didn't know that, so that was where I was confused. Jake the Snake was a secret pleasure who's such a unique worker for the time. I've seen a little set, like not like a little segment or anything, none, but like just I don't even know what I was watching. It was like a little promo of Jake the Snake. I just found it mad because like I do actually remember watching him back in the day.
Yeah.
So I used to walk through the crowd with this fucking snake in a bag and people would be like slapping the bag and that. Like.
Did he used to walk through the crowd? Did that used to happen?
Yeah.
But the crowd was dead tight to him and he used to come through the crowd. And
I never got on to that.
People like rubbing the bag and that.
He did.
That's mad.
Awesome, man.
And
Jake the Snake as well.
yeah,
Just tremendous.
Yeah, Jake the Snake is there, yeah.
he just wasn't asked. He
Yeah.
was just
So we will talk about Jake the Snake and probably more Warrior because at some point before WrestleMania we'll do a Hall of Fame show.
Davies just mentioned the Ultimate Warrior. Never been a better entrance to get you ready for a match.
Yeah, as soon as, to be fair, I give you that. As soon as his music hit, as soon as the music like, you know, did its thing, and he ran down and was like shaking the ropes and shit, and you were just like, yeah, this is cool, this, and then
he got it pumped, like, didn't he?
Yeah. Didn't he? Was it SummerSlam '91 or something? And he ran down to the ring, and it was like a ridiculous, like the aisle was massive because it was like in Wembley, and he was pure gassy and was meant to win the match and lost. He was fucked. I always remember someone telling me that, and I don't ever know if it was ever true. I've never really it just popped into my head then. But
there's so many, like WrestleMania 6, it could have been then, it could have been WrestleMania 8, it could have been SummerSlam '92.
Yeah.
Where they've had these massive fucking aisles.
Yeah.
Year to walk down.
Yeah, and he's just sprinting down it like, yeah, and then gets in the ring and he's like, fuck me.
That's the cool
man, I got ditched. I got ditched.
Yeah, there's no walking that off, you know what I mean? But yeah, if anybody knows if that's true or not, I would like to know. Also, this is totally off the books and that, know what I mean? But I've just had a text of Mr. Hazelwood himself. There you go. At Mr. Hazelwood. Yeah, we love Mr. Hazelwood. He said he'd be listening back to the show and I better mention the American Dweem. Yeah, that was misspelled on purpose. The American Dweem.
Baby.
Yeah, and then but what's even more funny about the text is that he's put the American Dweem, you better mention him. Well, we played this Hard Times promo and we've already talked about him. And then he's put in brackets, oh yeah, our fella as we know him. like the Dweem's my our fella, Sam, yeah. That's it. There's Alex for you, lad. Follow that kid, he's fucking cool. But
better than the bus driver, I thought he was.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Fucking hell, yeah. Oh, you know, you're our fella, as we know him. Yeah, man. There you go. But there you go. Yeah, that's Mr. Hazelwood, or as I like to call him, Sparky Plug. That's what we get called. He's Sparky Plug. I'm the Fink. That's what we do. I mean, yeah. So where are we going? Have we got any other anybody else we want to mention? Because we haven't really said anything about Piper, which I would like to, and we haven't really mentioned anything about tag teams. Because we did get asked about the tag teams.
Sam asked about the tag teams.
Yeah, so is the 80s tag teams that you're like, fucking hell, they're good? Because you said about the Horsemen, didn't you? Yeah. I would probably say, it depends what kind of mood I'm in. Because if I want a proper brutal match, not a brutal match, but a proper fuck me, that looks like it hurts. You go with the Road Warriors. But then the Rockers, isn't they? You can't have the 80s without the Rockers. Know what I mean? I love the Rockers. Marty Jannetty. Know what I mean? I like to mention his name first because not many people know Marty Jannetty. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I think these loads. It's just it was just such a good era of
I'm gonna throw out a tag team for you.
Okay, go on.
Strike Force.
Who was Strike Force? Google
Tito
Strike
Santana.
Force. Yeah. And
the model Rick Martel.
Oh yeah. Used to like the model Rick Martel. I'll be honest. When did the Mounties join the thingy? They were a terrible tag team.
They were awful.
Yeah, they was late. They were late 80s because it was the Mountie was on his own in the 90s, but the Mounties, that was an awful gimmick. The Mounties, Jesus.
There's so many shit tag teams, but I kind of agree with you. The Rockers, and I said Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard.
Just the Horseman is just like, it was just like, it's one of them things, right, that you're not getting anything that comes close to the Horseman ever again.
I mean, the Mega Powers was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, remember the Mega Powers? Shit, yeah. Jesus, did you start liking Hogan at that point?
No, because they split up at the WrestleMania, which was the first one I watched.
Oh yeah, because you watched 5, didn't you? Yeah,
I've gone back and watched them, but still, Hogan, the overbearing prick. I mean, I don't see how anyone can be sympathetic to Hogan in that WrestleMania 5 situation. He's sleazing about Savage's bird. You know what I mean?
Doesn't it?
That's not cool.
Doesn't Elizabeth end up on Hogan's shoulders?
It's just uncalled for.
I think that's
from
what.
Hogan.
Yeah, it is a bit weird, isn't it? Yeah.
So how is Savage the bad guy in that situation?
Yeah, that was that. It's Hogan, innit? Hogan could do no wrong. That's what it is.
Prick. Big red and yellow fuck nugget.
Saying that, what do you know? The first time I know you mention it, and I know it's hard. It's going to be hard now because like it gets mentioned so much. But you know, the first time you seen Hogan slamming Andre, was you like, fuck, or was you quite old?
I was quite old.
See, I was quite old as well. Is anybody listening who...
Right, I was 50 the first time I saw that, come on.
I was going to say like 36, to be fair. Yeah, if there's anybody who's listening who's not seen it necessarily live, but seen it when they were a kid, did that like, I know everyone says, fuck, it was like, blew me mind. But did it blow your mind? Do you know what I mean?
It should blow your mind, though.
I know that, but like... Did it? Know what I mean?
I was impressed. That's the highest praise I can give Hogan. I was impressed.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I
still don't like him though.
I loved the like the promo at the start when he came out and he was like giving, like when Hogan was given, was it like Wrestler of the Decade or something like that, or like the best world champion? I can't remember. What, he got given it like a trophy.
Yeah.
And then the Andre the Giant got given a trophy for like something else, for like never losing a match in the 80s or something like that, or being undefeated, and his trophy was smaller, and he was just looking at the trophy and looking at Hogan's trophy, and it was like, fuck this shit, like not happy. And then came out. I think it may have been this. I don't know if it was the same event, but it may, like whatever it was, to set up WrestleMania 3, and came out and he was like, yeah, my friend and all stuff like that, and he ripped off Hogan's shirt, didn't he? And as he ripped it off, he had like the cross on his chest, like on a chain, and the cross cut him, and it like he had a little bit of blood on his chest, and he was like Hogan was on the floor crying and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, my friend did this because he just smashed up his trophy. He probably wanted that trophy, didn't he? To be honest, he's probably crying over the trophy. Not that big, Giant. I want this trophy.
He's thinking in about 30 years' time I'm going to need to send that to cash my gold.
But yeah, that's and then that's what set up WrestleMania 3. It took me, like, it was only 2 or 3 years ago that I actually watched WrestleMania 3, I'll be honest with you. Because it took, well actually no, maybe longer than that, just before I started this, so say 3 or 4 years ago. And I was watching it, and it's like, because I was always, I'd go so far back, but I wouldn't go that far back. Yeah. And then I'd have to like, go a little bit back, and then I was a lot like Attitude Era, and I wouldn't go before like 97 for a while. Because I was just like, it's just my childhood, and I don't want to ruin it. I want to remember, like,
what it was.
Yeah, I want to remember, like, Randy Savage being Randy, and like, I want to...
The way you imagine
it. Do you know when you're a kid and you think everything's amazing, and like...
then when you see it again, when you're a bit older, and you go...
Yeah, yeah. Like, I remember being about, it must have been about, well, how old was I? It must have been about 12 or 13, something like that, maybe a little bit younger, when I seen the first ladder match, or the second ladder match with Razor and Shawn, and still to this day I remember it being like Shawn jumping off the ladder, and I see it on the telly all the time because they show little clips of it, and the first time I seen it was like Shawn Michaels didn't hit the floor for about 5 minutes, like he was just like plummeting for miles. Woo! I don't get him. Yeah. Yeah, it was one of them, like he was in the air forever, and then I watch it and it's not that fucking...
He just goes boom boom.
Yeah, he's just like boom like that, because you get desensitized. That's what it is. And I didn't want to go too far back and be like, oh, that match wasn't that good. Like, I'd never watch UK Rampage in '92 now, because it'd devastate me. Because I'd realise that that's not the greatest match I've ever seen.
We've still got that somewhere.
Yeah, no, I've got it on video in the loft, I think. In my Mars. I have to dig it out.
I think it's...
To be fair, my bird found it on DVD. It was like 30 quid.
Is that the one with the bulldog on the front, isn't it?
No, Brett on the front, bulldog on the back.
Bulldog on
Yeah, bulldog on the back, Brett on the front. Yeah, man. But yeah, like that's the... What's Twitter saying? Is Twitter saying
And Dave said before, can't have a show about the 80s greatest wrestlers without mentioning Ricky Steamboat.
So where we're going? Ricky Steamboat?
Well, that's
yeah,
my
man.
fault.
Well, that's what I was saying
Leave that on a minute.
about WrestleMania 3. If you ask anybody, not anybody, but a lot of people, they'll say that Steamboat and Savage stole the show, even though Andre got slammed by Hulk. Really?
There's no way
See, that's kind of the difference, though.
Yeah.
Hulkamania's here. Wasn't that
Yeah,
where
was that
came from?
was Hulkamania
Body
before?
from them?
I think it was around before it, but it like took off a lot.
Yeah, it went so...
Yeah, like that's, yeah, I think that's what it, yeah, because it must have been because he ripped the Hulkamania shirt off him. Or maybe a Hulk Rule shirt off him, saying that.
I think Hulkamania was running wild at that point.
Was it? Yeah. I thought it might be because it was around like WrestleMania 1, wasn't it?
Yeah, kind of just before that.
Yeah.
And I'll say this for Hogan though, tremendous theme music.
Yeah. I was going to say we can close the show. We'll do a little thing if you want. If you're listening on Twitter, we're going to close the show with a tune. We can either, and you can join in on this as well if you want, George, and you're welcome. We can have Piper's tune, which I was going to play just for you anyway because it's a bit Scottish, you know. Hogan's tune, Dusty Rhodes' tune, Savage's tune, or Ultimate Warrior's tune. Okay, so whichever one you would like to hear, I'll play a little bit of it. Okay.
Can we not finish in like 5 minutes and then you could just play all 5? Like...
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah. Just play them all, is right.
Yeah.
I'll play 2 if you want. I can do 2.
What was whoever's still listening or whoever is listening and tweeting in and that? What was your favourite theme music of the 80s?
Mine was probably Macho Man's.
Mm.
I think.
I heard it on TV like about say I'd say 18 months ago. It was on TV for something, like it wasn't a wrestling thing, it was just the Randy Savage music, and I turned to it, I was like, it's fucking Macho Man's music, and I was sitting here getting like proper caught up. I was expecting Savage to come out, fucking turn around, start pointing at people with a big fringe. It was just awesome.
What, like, just touching on it, like with the whole Macho Man, what do you think? Know when Jay Lethal did the Black Machismo thing, was you like, what the fuck are you doing? Or was you like, that's awesome?
Oh, that's awesome. Like,
that's good. That's okay.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
You can't. And the thing is, Jay Lethal was so good at doing it as well.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, yeah, man. I still think the best TNA promo I've ever seen was Jay Lethal being Ric Flair, promoing against Ric Flair. They're never gonna beat that, and so many people will never even know that exists. Do you know what I mean?
Although, in fairness, I watched TNA from the UK last week, the show in Glasgow. Yeah. And Joe cut a tremendous promo at the end of the match.
Did he? Yeah.
It scared the shit out of me.
Was it on the telly?
Yeah.
Okay.
It scared the shit out of me. Never mind Magnus. Fucking hell. He's like, you better shine up that belt nice for me, boy, because Joe's going to kill you. I was like, oh.
Shit.
Shit. Like, sorry, Joe. Like, I'm busy shining up fucking trophies and shit in the house. Like, calm down, big man.
Yeah, you know what though, right? Like, just touching on what we said earlier and touching on that, like promos and stuff that you're never gonna wear. Like, with you saying going to UK shows and stuff like that, there's so many like I'm gonna throw it out there. There's so many like fucking tremendous promos and matches and stuff that so many people would never aren't gonna see because like if you don't go to a show or you don't know about a promotion, then you don't know about these things. So rather than sit there and fast forward through Kofi Kingston versus fucking Zack Ryder or something on the telly,
YouTube, or Fan Dingleberry or whatever.
Yeah, fucking YouTube some shit that you wouldn't use your YouTube. Do you know what I mean? Just throw in a name or throw in I don't know, anything you want. You find something at YouTube. You know what I mean?
BWP.
Yeah, BWP.
That promo was awesome.
Which promo was awesome?
like the one before the death match that Sax had. Not.
Do you know what? I was just about to say that the promo we've still got, right. If you go back way back, right, to the
episode
bottom,
minus zeros.
yeah, so right to the bottom, I think it is, of all our shows that are on there. There's one that's called BWP Brawl for All 4 Special, and fuck me, like the last 20, like the whole show is amazing because all the wrestlers are involved and they're all tweeting, and it is still probably one of my favourite shows that we've ever done. But like we had DJ King and Sax who were having a death match in that thingy because one thing led to another. Let's say, let's not get into it, but you know, and we had them both on the radio. Well, we had Sax on anyway, and we didn't know DJ was coming on. But yeah, the pair of them just going at it together, like, and it wasn't even like they were sitting there with a brave paper, like, yeah, I've scripted all this. It was just, it was heavy, and like, Sax was like, wasn't happy, and DJ King was ripping the family and all that. It was mad. I was just like, oh shit. And then they had like a proper promo like that had been recorded by BWP, and it was the only way, right. I was sitting here and I'd heard it a few times and I was still proper tingly, and I was like, fuck me, this is good. And that's the thing.
Goosebumps thinking about it now.
Yeah,
like,
and that's the thing. It's like if you listen to the show, then you've seen it or you've heard it, or if you went to the show, you would have seen it or heard it or whatever. But it's hard to explain. Like, just go out there, do your thing. It's great. Do you know what I mean? It's yeah.
Sax has said that show was fun. I'm gonna listen straight after you go off there.
Show was amazing. That's still my favourite show, I think. Like, if it's not my favourite, it's one of the favourites. Like, if it's not on there and you want to listen to it, I think it is, but it might not be. Let me know and I'll upload it tonight.
I have several copies. Well, I don't have several copies. I've got a copy of it as well. So.
Yeah, I've got one or two. I think I've got a few of them. To be fair, yeah, it's on me. To be fair, it's on me playlist on my iTunes because it's that good. Like, if I put shuffle on my phone, every so often it'll come across that, and I'm like, what the hell? You know what I mean? But yeah, it's all good. So yeah, listen to it because it'll make you want to watch the show. To be honest with you, which is on YouTube. So there you go. Yeah, where are we going? Where are you looking at? What's going on?
Just Dario said everyone's got to love Hogan's theme tune. Best ever? ?
No.
Who's just the best ever?
Who's the best ever? No,
the best
Davey,
ever?
you're wrong.
No, not at all. Who's the best ever?
Heath Slater.
Oh yeah, okay, I'll give you that. Yeah, good call.
3-man band. No. In all seriousness, how can anybody's theme be better than the American Dreams?
Yeah. It's hard. Yeah, man. I don't know. Like,
you tell me you don't get a smile on your face when you hear the Dusty Rhodes theme tune.
I know.
And you start dancing away in your seat.
Yeah, that is true. I'm gonna play them both at the end of the show.
Fucking do it, man.
I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play Dusty Rhodes's and then I'm gonna play Hogan's. Only because Dusty Rhodes is shorter, so I'll play that first. That's it, really. So yeah, that's how we end the show with 2 tunes. We never end the show with 2 tunes.
See, I don't know if we had that song in the 80s, but I just love HBK's tune. Or if you even came out in the 80s.
Do you know what, right?
90s, I just love that song just so much.
It was.
I even do the stretching and being that like.
It has been his tunes since
day one.
Yeah, since he was the Heartbreak Kid, really. Since he broke from Jannetty and got with Sensational Sherry. That's pretty much been his tune, hasn't it? That he sings himself.
Yeah, he sings it himself. Like.
Yeah. That's not me being stupid, is it? That's what's happened. Know what I mean?
No, it's the truth, Sanka.
Yeah. So there you go.
Britannia, do you mean this one?
That one.
The episode's there.
Yeah, there you go.
Fallout show.
Yeah, there you go. Oh no, maybe not that one. I think it was the one before that. It was the one. Yeah, it was the one before that one. Yeah, so there you go. That we've sorted out someone's Friday night entertainment between SLTD Wrestling and Britannia Wrestling. Basically, if you listen to our show, that's alright. I'll put it up because it might not be on there. If you listen to our Brawl for All show, Brawl for All, what am I saying? Yeah, we listen to that, and then you can watch it on YouTube and then listen to the Fallout show, there's like 6 hours worth of fucking entertainment for you. Right there. You know what I mean? Sound us, you know, all for free as well. Fucking boss. Retweet that though. Yeah, I think we've you can go on for a lot longer, like, but I think we've successfully
Didn't Sherry sing it first?
I was just thinking that before I got distracted by BWP. Yeah, sure she did.
That wasn't me that asked that question. That was Davey. Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop. George, did Sensational Sherry or some woman sing it the first time? Like the first time the Heartbreak Kid tune came about. YouTuber. First time the Heartbreak Kid came about. Was it? It wasn't a woman singing it, was it? Was it a woman singing it, or was it?
It was.
Wasn't it? And then HBK went out on his own. But
yeah, that was it. That was in that order. It was Sherry first, and then when she fucked off, it was Sean, and it stayed that way right to the end. So
yeah. Still now, when he comes out, he still sings it. Not sings it like sings it, but you know what I mean.
That'd be awesome. Just Shawn Michaels doing an Art Truth.
He does sing it in my mind.
Then he would be HB Shizzle, shouldn't he? You know what I mean?
My nizzle.
Yeah, he would definitely be HB Shizzle. Yeah.
Yeah, down.
I think you're right there, Davey. I'm gonna go home and watch some 80s wrestling. I'll be honest with you. I'll watch some shit right there. Love and life. Are you still trying to find out this? Who's singing this shit? Like, you can't just put him in after his career.
It does sometimes.
You kidding me? Okay,
you just a notes and all this shit.
Okay, you play around with that. You know what I mean? I unfortunately haven't got the Shameless Plugs tune at this very moment. Sorry, people. I do apologise, but actually, if you give me a minute, I'll have a look for it. But don't quote me on it being here. Oh yeah, hang on.
See ya?
It's right here. Now I feel foolish, don't I? Yeah, we're gonna get into some shameless plugs, as always. Anybody else anything else you wanna throw out? George, do you want a final thought on 80s wrestling?
Just if anyone out there hasn't seen any 80s wrestling, check out Mid-South and AWA as well.
Yeah.
That's probably the two best places where you're going to find guys like Flair and Rhodes and stuff.
If you put in go on YouTube and put in like AWA or like like Mid Atlantic or something like that. Usually like whatever you're watching, if you've never watched 80s wrestling and you put them promotions in and you see wrestlers that you know, watch them videos. But then on the side it'll have like 10 other videos that you can watch and then see where you end up. Know what I mean?
It has just said that Sherry sang his first one.
Did he?
But
Did
I can't actually find it on there. But
yeah.
It does say he's there.
That Sensational Sherry wrote a thing either. Sherry even sang the first version of his new. Oh yeah, there you go.
The music, sexy boy.
There you go. You're right, Davey. You're right as always. Yeah.
And it was written for Michaels by Jimmy Hart.
What are you laughing at, George? You're just laughing at yourself.
No, just a text message that I got.
You want to share it? You want to share?
Well, I can do, yeah. Like, at the start of the show, we were talking about how drunk I was at the weekend.
Yeah.
So, I texted my mate earlier on and said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how pissed was I on Saturday? He sends back, probably less drunk than usual, a solid but coherent 7 out of 10. Like, that's just from being out all day, just getting lashed and wrecked.
I like it.
7 out of 10.
That means that you've been worse.
You're going for the 8 this weekend?
Yeah.
That means a little less Jake Roberts, a little more Scott Hall. Kind of in that.
Okay.
I like that. See what I did? They brought it back to the 80s
yeah,
wrestling.
Man, yeah. And on that bombshell, we'll say.
It's a shameful thing. You lost your head. A careless man who could wind up dead. You wear your sin like it's some kind of prize. Too many lies. Too many lies. All these words are true, and I'll make you believe. Yeah, fight for every soul.
Bit of Seamus for you there, kids. Bit of Seamus. Yeah, we're going to get into our shameless plugs, because as you do, it's the end of the show. If you want to tweet us in the next minute or so and give us some things you want us to shamelessly plug, that's entirely up to you. I'm assuming Sax is going to rape Twitter to ask us to but that's okay. He's been all over it, so it's all good. I would do the same if I was listening to his show. Yeah, Adam. Actually, no, George. We'll go with George because you'll go with George first. Because he's always got fucking fuckload of them. So, George, shameless plugs, mate.
Shameless plugs, mate, for our good friend, Mr. Davey. Whoop, whoop. He's got a new article up on the site just now looking at how you could improve the WrestleMania main event, so everyone should go and check that out. As usual, check out the guys from MFX Podcast. 2 shows a week. The Raw show is just going up as we speak, so you have 2 brand new podcasts in one day. What other website offers you that?
What other website does offer you that? I'm not being funny or
Not one I know of.
Not one that I'm not even being like biased because it's mine. I don't know anybody who does do that. There's 2 podcasts. There's one live that you can listen to, and then once that's finished, there's another one. You know what I mean? You like podcasts? Yeah. Okay, so there's 2. You know what I mean? It never fucking happens.
Just have them both.
Yeah, you can have them, mate. Have them. Go ahead for free.
I know that's the
Money
best
away.
thing, they are for free.
Yeah, put your money away. All right. No
Just
one
you
needs
keep that.
Yeah. That money you would be spending, drink Monster like we are, and just it'll be in the same wavelength and shit, you know what I mean? It'll be sound. Anyway, go on, carry on with your shameless plugs. Sorry.
Yeah, you can get in touch with the guys on Twitter at MFX Podcast. Shameless plugs, other than that, I'm on Facebook and Twitter. Just search for George SLTD and you'll find me.
Awesome. Good times. Adam, what you want to shamelessly plug anything? You don't shamelessly plug anything that makes sense. Like, I've been listening to the shows, right, and you plug the Eminem album twice. You plug a Zeitgeist movement. Like something else random that I can't remember off the top of my head. But something that you just like,
I am shameless.
what are you? Seriously, do you know what I mean? So yeah, anything that makes absolutely no sense, or you're gonna make sense this time?
No, I'm probably not going to make sense. I don't really have things to plug.
It's true.
I have me to plug.
That's
Plug
weird.
myself. Yikes.
That's not good. That's worse than Sam and having sex with food. Yeah. Anyway.
Sam, let's know you get on with that.
Yeah, man. No curly whirlies. So, you just...
Not just me, but I will say I've had a few followers this week. I've just
Have you?
not just this week, actually, over the past. Like,
How many followers are you on now?
Not that many, like, but like a few people have
You
followed.
don't
Oh
tweet?
no, I'm 86.
That's fucking loads.
I
You've
think
like
last time I
doubled.
mentioned my followers, I was on like 50.
Yeah, you had like
Something
51 or some shit.
I've got
That's
86
good.
because I'm only following 264.
And I bet you 260 of them are like people who'd never follow you back.
Yeah, but
Like Cameron and his whole cabinet. Basically. Just so you can
he'll never follow me.
abuse the life out of all of them. Yeah, go on. So, yeah, do your followers and that.
I'm on Twitter. I'm going to start using Twitter a bit more productively
Okay, I think,
than I normally
like,
do.
do you know what I've noticed as well, which I've never really got onto, because I thought I didn't think I was the only one who did it, but whatever. People who watch wrestling just randomly tweet whenever they're watching wrestling now. Like, I've never really got onto it, but like a Wednesday or something, it's like, yeah, just DVR, we're all going to watch it, and then they'll tweet through it, and like, you can have a conversation with them and shit. Like, and I think you should start doing this.
I think I did a little bit
Should do,
at
man.
some point, but then I
Should
stopped. And I was going to on the Rumble,
Should
but
do.
I don't know,
Why
my
not?
phone was like further away from me than I could stretch.
Just throw it in, throw a little tweet, little random bullshit and that, know what I mean?
Well, I think that's where my few of my followers have came from. Just
Yeah, man. I like it, yeah. Oh, good. I like that you're on Twitter. So, change your life, this show. Change your life.
it has changed my social media life anyway.
And it's fucked up your Thursday night as well. You know what I mean?
Do not anyway.
It's all good. Right, what's your name on Twitter?
I'm on Twitter and I'm at Little Pip, you know.
Okay, that sounds like a mouthful.
That's how you got AIDS.
You can't get AIDS like that.
Only days.
AIDS in the face. Okay, so that sounds like a bit of a mouthful. Is the easier way of remembering it?
Here's an easier way of remembering it.
Okay.
And it goes a little something like this.
Okay.
You just type at LILPIPDJANO.
Swear to God, I sit here for 2 hours and just wait for that shit. Just wait for that. That's it. That's my Thursday right there. Telling you, fucking genius. That's why me and you've been mates for so long. Telling you, fucking hell.
Because he started singing his Twitter name like 9 months ago. Like,
yeah.
So what was the other 20 odd years about?
It's more like 25. It's 25.
Something like that, yeah.
Fucking hell.
It was all building up to like 9 months
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah. I was like 2 or 3 and I was thinking, do you know what, in 20 years that kid's going to sing something that's going to make me laugh. Let's be mates. Let's be best buddies. I am going to shamelessly plug BWP because Sax is the man and he's been all over the show today, and we have mentioned it quite a lot, but and not like we're using BWP as an example because it's a fucking good promotion, but go and check out like indie promotions, like check out BWP, check out other ones, like go on websites and have a look for your local shows and go down and do your thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know this is an 80s show, but in the 80s it was all about. There wasn't a big WWE, or there was, but not so much. It was all, yeah, it was all territories, which it's like that in the UK now. Not so much territories, but it's kind of the same. Like, you can go to like one end of the country and see someone wrestle, and go to the other end of the country and see that same person wrestle. It doesn't happen all the time, but that's how good they are, that they get booked from one end to the other. They can go all over the country. That's what they do. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of the same, which is why we keep going back to it. Anyway, so yeah, go check out BWP. Follow them on Twitter, official _ BWP. Follow Sax, _real_Sax. Go on BritanniaWrestling.co.uk. Check them out. Check out where they are, when the shows are, all that stuff. Do all that stuff.
And we've already retweeted where you get the tickets from.
Yeah, and you can get the tickets and stuff like that. Yeah,
time,
if you want to go down, I strongly recommend it. I'll be honest. Also, obviously, I'm going to promote us. Follow us on Twitter if you're not already following us at SLTD Wrestling. Throw us a tweet. Say hello. Say where you found us. Hey, let's listen to that show. Set to follow you. I did. There you go. Like us on Facebook. SLTD Wrestling. If you're thinking, I'm going to... Hang on, lad. Give me a minute. If you're thinking, like, I follow them on Twitter, so I don't need to go on the Facebook because it's all the same. It's not. It's completely different. Like, all the posts are the same and they go up and we do our thing, but the in-between bit is different. So like the questions and the pictures and the posters and the updates of like news and shit like that, which isn't that much news because we're not really a dirt sheet, but some news goes up there. It's all different, so if you follow one and you follow the other, you get different content because that's the kind of people we are. Follow us on Google Plus as well, SLTD Wrestling, same thing. We're getting more into Google Plus and it'll be different to what's on the Twitter and the Facebook, because why would you want to go follow us 3 different places and then see it all? I've been updating the Instagram, which is SLTD Wrestling, SLTD_Wrestling, with a lot of like today in wrestling history. We do that quite a lot on Instagram, which is fucking cool. I enjoy doing it because I find out shit that I didn't know. I don't do it every day, but I do it a couple of times a week. I'm going to try and do it every day, but it's hard because, you know, I'm doing other things, you know what I mean? But yeah, follow us there as well. They're worth a follow. Throw a little like or some shit, you know what I mean? Subscribe to us on iTunes, SLTD Wrestling, as always. Rate us, 1 star, 5 star, makes no odds. But if you're going to click on 1 star, same fucking click, just click on 5, you know what I mean? Jesus.
Just move that mouse to the right a little bit.
Boosh, same thing. You don't even have to click on it 5 times, you just click on the 5th star and they all light up. It's easy. Follow us on Spreaker, as always, Spreaker.com/user/SLTD Wrestling. Follow, there you go, you get all our stuff. There you go, that's it. And check out the site, read what we do, read what we write a little comment.
Join the Predictions League.
Say it's amazing. Yeah, join our Predictions League for when they roll around. I would say probably joining the Predictions League is always good, but we start a new Predictions League after WrestleMania. So if you get into it like Elimination Chamber and then you do WrestleMania, then you'll know what you're doing, and then season 3 will start, and you can win it. Because I don't think it's humanly possible to win on 2 events. But have a go.
It might be. Depends. You know, we do offer bonus points for every pay-per-view now, so just kind of have a wee look. That'll be up in 2 weeks' time, I think, for the Chamber. So
yeah, I think our next show on the... I'll tell you the date right now.
20th.
On the 20th is going to be Elimination Chamber Special. Satan's Prison Special. There you go. So yeah, we're going to be talking, as always when we do specials like that, we're going to be talking favourite chambers, like favourite matches, favourite opponents. Like we'll probably do like I'm going to say, rather than concentrate more on what's happening now, we're going to do like a fantasy elimination chamber of like any 6 superstars. we will mention and do predictions for who's going to win, but it's not going to be the bulk of the show like it usually is. We're going to do old stuff and what we do, and because, you know,
there hasn't been that many. We can
it's just one chamber, and it's probably not going to be many other matches and shit. So we'll mention it and we'll do our predictions, but yeah, I want to get away from just like relying on the product now, even though that's what is happening now. You know what I mean? We're going to change it up a bit because we've got our other show, which is not our other show, but the other show on the site, which is the MFX guys. They do a Raw show and they do a TNA show, so we don't need to do that no more. We're very much we're kind of the same kind of show. We come in and take the piss out of each other and everything else. If you like us, you'll like them. So check them out. Yeah, but go on the site, read our stuff, comment on it, say it's amazing, say it's shit, say you agree, say you don't. Give us a good reason, someone will get back to you. Don't say it's too long. That's
never a complaint that I've had, to tell you.
Yeah, don't say the article is too long, don't say it's shut up, George. Come on, seriously. I was on a roll there, sounding almost professional. So yeah, that's us, that's what we're doing. We've only ran over by a minute, which is smashing. 50 seconds, not even a minute. I'm going to play, as I've just said, what was we going with? Dusty Rhodes theme?
Yes.
So you can stick around, listen to Dusty Rhodes, and then when that's finished, you can listen to a little bit of Hulkamania.
Sounds a little bit rapey.
We will see you on the... We won't see you. We'll hear you, or read you. I suppose read you, on the 20th.
We'll see your thoughts.
Yeah, see your tweets on the 20th with our Elimination Chamber. But as I say, we'll be doing what we do for the next 2 weeks. There you go.
American Dream. He's just a common man, working hard with his hands. He's